People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Proudly brings you Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Ayers Furniture, Bytech Resource Management, Claire Bank, Fuller's Milker Center, Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Platteville, Les Mack, Northland Buildings, Reeves Wealth Management, Raleigh Cheese House, Russell Law Offices, The Shoebox, Tricor Insurance, West End Salvage, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Sloan Implements, Sups, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Gary's Pest Control, TriStar Pallets and TriStar Mulch, Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best, Baus Electric, Cuba City Collision and Repair, Laley Center Monroe, H&N Plumbing, Heating and Electrical, Community First Bank, Grant Regional Health Center, Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, Lancaster Dental Associates, Millie's Diner, Pink's Automotive, Good Knees Garage, Point and Flush Sportsman's Club, Rosemeyer Management Group, Reckler Insurance, McNett Electric, Mound City Bank, Ready Feed and Grain LLC, Southwest Health, and WCC Brands.
97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel proudly brings to you WIAA Division 5 Level 1 playoff action from Amherst High School. Heartland Farms Field is where we are located, a beautiful field in the heart of the state of Wisconsin, as the Amherst Falcons are hosting the Lancaster Flying Arrows. High school sports on 97.7 Country, WGLR, proudly presented to you by Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank, Cuba City, Kieler, Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters. Our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel live and archive coverage is powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating and Electrical, and Laley Center of Monroe. This is our pregame show, presented to you by Raleigh Cheese Store at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Thank you for joining us this evening with my lovely wife, Arena. I'm John Satterley, here this evening on a crisp, cool, late October evening. Last night we had a freeze warning. Guess what? Tonight, it is definitely football weather. Temperatures in the low 40s. Not a cloud in the sky, just a crescent moon. The conditions are almost picture perfect for playoff football. When we come back, we'll get a chance to talk to the head coach of the Lancaster Flying Arrows, Jordan Rolland. He took a moment to chat with me to set tonight's game up. We'll give you our starting lineups. We will also look at the brackets and how both teams got here. That's all on the way on our Raleigh Cheese House pregame show on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 1.
Hello, Mitch here from Kieler Family Dental. There's never been a better time to explore what's possible for you and your family at our 3 state-of-the-art facilities. From routine dental care to same-day crowns to clear aligners, veneers, and implants, we cover a wide spectrum of dental services. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
And welcome back to our True Crime Podcast. Our guest today is Sean Cleary.
Wait, what? We are supposed to be doing a commercial about Clary's storage, egg, and sports facilities.
Great point, Sean. It was a warm summer evening in 1978 when a young man with a hammer...
Whoa! Again, not a true crime podcast. I want to talk about Clary designing the building of your dreams.
In a world where things aren't what they seem.
Okay, give me that. Good grief. Visit ClaryBuilding.com today and experience the Clary difference.
Pregame 1.
97.7 Country, WGLR is our Raleigh Cheese pre-game show. Presented to you by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Let's take a look at the brackets here first for Division 5. If you look at them, let's take a look at the left-hand side. In the upper left-hand corner, number 1 seed is Grantsburg. They are hosting Laconia. Number 4 seed is River Valley. They are hosting Durand, Arkansas. The 3 seed is St. Croix Falls, hosting the 6 seed Barron. Number 2 seed is Northwestern. They are hosting Prescott. In the lower left-hand portion of Division 5, the number 1 seed is Tomahawk. They are hosting Omro. New Holstein, they are seed number 4, hosting Spencer Columbus Catholic. The Prairie du Chien Blackhawks, they are the number 3 seed. They are hosting Westfield, and Richland Center, they are on the road to face the winner of the conference Amherst is involved with, Stratford. They are the number 2 seed. On the right-hand side, where we are, Mayville's the 1 seed, hosting Chilton this evening. Arcadia is the 5 seed. They are at Winnebago Lutheran. Brilliant, they are the 3 seed, hosting Watertown Luther Prep and the Lancaster Flying Arrows here at Amherst. In the lower right-hand portion of the bracket, Lakeside League Country Lutheran, they're the 1 seed. They are hosting Kiel. Number 4 is Brookfield Academy. They are hosting Wittenberg Burnham Wood. The New Glarus Glarner Knights, they're the 3 seed. They are hosting the Clinton Cougars, and Racine Lutheran at Horlick Field hosting Milwaukee Science. Kind of funny to bring Arena into this conversation just for one quick moment. Lake Country Lutheran, remember that team? They were Division 7 10 years ago, actually 12 years ago when they faced Blackhawk, when Blackhawk went to state in 2013. You don't see many teams go from D7 to D5 really in that quick of time period.
Not really, no.
No, that you really don't. So it's just kind of intriguing to me to see how a school would climb that much. Games on Queen Bee Radio this evening in South Wayne at Murphy Field. The number 1 seed Blackhawk Warren Warriors, they are hosting the River Ridge Timberwolves. Potosi Cassville, they are hosting Cambria Friesland. That's a 3-6 matchup. Other matchups from our area, Wazeeka, Steuben, Seneca, they're a 3 seed. They are hosting Ithaca. They're in the lower left-hand bracket portion of the Division 6 bracket, or Division 7 bracket. As I was flipping to Division 6, that's why that happened. Darlington, they're the 1 seed. They are hosting Melrose Mindoro. Fenimore hosting Mineral Point, a rematch of last week. That was an epic game, and now we get to see a replay. Maybe we'll be an instant replay, maybe not. One way to find out is be watching and listening for the games. Auburndale is hosting Crandon Belleville. The Wildcats are on the road at Marquisand, the number 2 seed. Cambridge is a 4 seed. They are hosting WIAA Fremont. Taking a look at the left-hand side of notable interest, Edgar, they're a 1 seed. They're the back-to-back defending D7 champions. They're in D6 this year. They're a 1 seed hosting Loyal Greenwood. Marshall, they are at Bangor this evening. Regis is a 1 seed in the upper left-hand portion, so Regis and Edgar would have to face off in a state semifinal before reaching Camp Randall Stadium. Division 4 this evening, the Platteville Hillmen on the road to take on the Blue Devils of Lodi. That game is on X1071 and X1071.com. Let's see, who else do we have in Division 3? Mount Horeb Barneveld, they are hosting Wausau East this evening, and that would make sense why we saw a few Wausau East fans on a couple of our stops on our way here to Amherst. When we come back, we'll have more of your pregame show presented to you by Raleigh's Cheese House at the corners of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Had a chance briefly to talk with head coach Jordan Rolland. We'll have that coming your way after this timeout. This is WIAA Division 5 Level 1 playoff action on 97.7 Country WGLR.
Pregame 2.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors, combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
Better health starts here, and that means getting the care you need close to home when you need it. Grant Regional Health Center offers a wide variety of outpatient services, including wound care, IV infusions, injections, blood transfusions, antibiotic therapy, and much more. We've expanded our offerings to better serve you. Before you travel out of town or hours away, call us at 608-723-1309 to inquire about receiving outpatient services here. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
Pregame 2.
This is our Raleigh Cheese pregame show on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Level 1 of the WIAA Road to Camp Randall Stadium, Lancaster at Amherst. We're now being joined graciously by head coach Jordan Rolland of the Lancaster Flying Arrows. And coach, how was the trip from Lancaster about this 3+ hour drive?
Oh, as good as it can be for 3 hours. I mean, we're still playing. There's other teams that aren't, so take advantage of it.
Talk a little bit about this week of practice. You know, after a heartbreaker against New Glarus, how was your prep this week going into a tough Amherst team?
It was good. I mean, the kids were very focused. They were kind of relieved that they made the playoffs because there was a chance we didn't. So I think they're, get second life or, cat with 9 lives or however you want to look at it. So they're pretty excited to get the opportunity. They were very focused this week.
When you look at all 5 losses, all been within one possession games, how do you change that narrative tonight and make sure that one possession is on the Lancaster Flying Arrows side, not your opponents?
Oh, you just got to execute. Small things make a big difference in the game. So we got to just execute better. We've been tested a lot this year. I think it's going to make us better in these types of games.
It's 0-0. Both teams have the exact same record. It doesn't matter what you did during the regular season. How do you tell your kids that tonight starts a 5-game win streak that could end with a gold ball in Lancaster?
That's exactly how you say it. You focus one game at a time. It's one quarter, one play, all that stuff. We just got to focus on the small things, like you said, execute, and beat them with hustle.
One final question for you, Coach. Keys to the game. Other than scoring one more point than your opponent, what's going to be the main key for Flying Arrow football moving on to level 2?
Same as all season. We got to stop the run better, and then we got to run the ball, set the tone. So,
Coach, I appreciate the time. Look forward to seeing a great one tonight, and hopefully we'll do this again on the postgame show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Head coach Jordan Rolland of the Lancaster Flying Arrows joining us on our Raleigh Cheese pregame show. The road to Camp Randall Stadium lives here on 97.7 Country WGLR.
In Game 1.
Farming is risky business. Protecting your business means managing risk. That's where Tricor Insurance comes in.
When we're working with our clients or our future clients, it's really important that we understand the business that they're in. Our role is to help make these businesses more successful.
Tricor Insurance works with Grinnell Mutual to design insurance packages built uniquely for you and your farm or agribusiness. Tricor Insurance and Grinnell Mutual are ready to work for you.
Like any business, success in dairying is often determined by who you know rather than what you know. That's why it's good to know the pros at Fuller's, your Gia dealer. Fuller's is your source for the automated milking systems line and all of the latest in automated milking systems. Make your operation more efficient and profitable and get the most out of your dairy herd by partnering with the experts at Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your local Gia dealer in Lancaster, Richland Center, and Fuller'sMilkersCenter.com.
In Game 1.
97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, the WIAA Division 5 Level 1 playoff action from Amherst High School, the Heartland Farms Field, home of the Falcons. It's Amherst hosting Lancaster. It's time to take a look at your injury report presented to you by Russell Law Offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation that you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. The really good news is no injuries to speak of for both teams. So, again, you get to this time of year, you're going to have dings, you're going to have nicks, you're going to have bruises, but no major injuries to report. So that is a great thing coming into tonight's matchup. Again, your injury report presented to you by Russell Law Offices. Visit RussellLawWI.com. Take a look at your coin toss. The People's State Bank coin toss just took place. And Amherst won the toss, and they deferred to the second half. So the Lancaster Flying Arrows will get to start with the football first and try to get their playmaker, Toy Raggets, off and running here on this turf, which, guess what? That leads us to the Turf and Weather Report sponsor, and that is Dewey's Tire Repair for all of your farm, auto, and truck tire sales and service needs. The best place to take a leak, it's Dewey's Tire Repair, Platteville. You cannot get much more picturesque than this. 43 degrees outside here at Amherst. The sun is down. The lights have taken full effect. It is a beautiful turf field that has blue end zones with white Amherst on the left side, Falcons on the right side, and the Falcon in the middle. If you're familiar with what the Atlanta Falcons logo looks like, that's the Amherst Falcons logo, except just in blue and white. The numbers along the sides are all white with the blue outline. Absolutely gorgeous Heartland Farms field here at Amherst High School. And again, that's our Dewey's Tire Repair, Turf, and Weather Reports. We're broadcasting from the Ayers Furniture Best Seat in the House in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Ayers Furniture, downtown Ridgeway, for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. For what's sure to be the best seat in your house, be sure to visit Ayers Furniture and AyersFurniture.com. Let's take a look at the colors of the game. Now, we'll get to that actually when the teams come back out onto the field, but the Flying Arrows, Raina will get you in here on this one. So used to seeing them, they had the gold helmets last week. They've got the black helmets this week. So they do look extremely sharp.
I haven't seen them yet, so I'll see them when they come out.
Well, when I was on the field to talk with head coach Jordan Rolland, it was like, am I looking at the right team? You know, did I miss the wrong exit to get to the right place here to Amherst? No, it is. You know, the Flying Arrows wearing the black helmets this evening. We'll get to your colors of the game presented to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. We'll have all of that coming your way. Just a reminder, tomorrow we have Badger football here on 97.7 Country WGLR. 4 o'clock will be the pregame show. Matt LePay and Mark Tauscher with the call at 6 p.m. The Wisconsin Badgers out on the West Coast to take on the Oregon Ducks. I don't know. Is there any insurance for the Badgers being within 30 on this one? I'm not exactly sure. But, again, Badger football on 97.7 Country WGLR. 4 o'clock pregame, 6 o'clock will be kickoff. In fact, probably more like 6:10, but you get the idea. That's Badger football.
6-ish.
Yeah, I like that. That's more of my line of talking. It's 6-ish, somewhere right around there. But taking a look at volleyball coming up here on 97.7 Country WGLR and our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. Here's what we've got. Darlington at Marshall. All right, here we have Darlington at Marshall. We'll be on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Also, Southwestern at Argyle and will be on WPVL AM 1590, and Belmont at Pecatonica will be on Super Hits 106 and hopefully on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. One quick timeout. We'll be back after this on the Raleigh Cheese pregame show on 97.7 Country WGLR.
In game 2.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
In game 2.
.7 Country WGLR on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. I'm John Satterley, trying to have a little bit of a technical difficulties here, just having a little bit of fun. That's all we're doing. And we're trying to make sure we get everybody up and going for tonight's broadcast of Amherst hosting Lancaster. Our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel live and archive coverage is powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating and Electrical, and Laley Center, Monroe. Let me switch your power here. So Amherst is taking the field. Again, this absolutely gorgeous field here in Amherst. Lancaster taking the field as well as Amherst. They're coming out with all of their cheerleaders and everybody ready to greet them as they go through the Go Blue.
Because here comes the Falcons!
Great crowd on hand here at Amherst as well. We're going to hear all of it on 97.7 Country WGLR. We'll take one more time out and be back after this on 97.7 Country.
In Game 3.
From top to bottom, inside and out, Midwest Roofing and Construction has you covered. Need a new roof or siding? Call the pros. Looking for energy-efficient spray foam insulation? Midwest Roofing and Construction does that too. See them for new construction, pole sheds, and decks. One call does it all. For quality local service and a free estimate, call Midwest Roofing and Construction at 1-800-551-8251. That's 1-800-551-8251. Or visit MidwestRoofingPros.com.
Frightful fun awaits at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium. It's time to get in the spooky spirit to celebrate Halloween on Sunday, October 26th at the annual Mad Scientist Fun Day. There will be science experiments, creepy critters, live music, and of course, Halloween candy from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. All activities are included in general admission. Come dressed in your costume if you dare. Mad Scientist Fun Day is supported by McGrath Automotive Family in Midwest One.
In Game 3.
.7 Country WGLR live from Amherst High School. We're about ready for our national anthem. In just a moment, we'll go ahead and go to that.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's playoff level 1 game between the Lancaster Flying Arrows and your Amherst Falcons. Lancaster and Amherst High Schools and the WIAA require good sportsmanship at education-based sporting events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to stand, remove your hats and place your hand over your heart for the singing of our national anthem. Tonight being sung by Presley Voss and Sasha Gallen.
Early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave, for the land of the free and the home of the
One more time for Presley and Sasha.
An absolutely fantastic rendition of our country's national anthem here to kick off at Amherst High School.
Let's meet
We are still looking at technical difficulties on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We're hoping it's because their feed is not up yet. Everything on our end is working, so it looks like it might be on their end. So I'm right here with Jarrett. He's got his fingers crossed that everything's going to work for them too. So they're not up. We're hoping to be up. We can hear it on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and WGLR.com. Let's give you the starting lineups presented to you by Fuller's Milker Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center at fullersmilkercenter.com. For Amherst, Cannon Hodges is a 6'1" senior wearing number 2. Wearing number 4, Sully Perkins is a 6'2" senior. Aiden Nerdhall is a 6'1" running back wearing number 5. Michael Gladowski, he is the quarterback. He is at 6 foot tall, a senior wearing number 10. Cal Lusick is number 11. He's 5'11" and a junior. Dylan Cook wears number 13. He's a 5'5" senior wide receiver. Judah Cole is a 6'3" senior on the line wearing number 50. Wearing number 60, Jesse Blenker. He is a 6 foot junior. Gibson Kenyon is a 6'2" senior wearing number 66. Roran Reichenbach is a 6'1" junior wearing number 69. And Logan Gladowski is a 6'3", 330-pound senior wearing number 79. Mark Lusick is the head coach, and the keys to the game are physicality, make your assignments, big plays, and win the turnover battle. That's what Amherst is looking to do. For the Flying Arrows, not much for changes from last week and pretty much all season long. Toy Regas is a quarterback, sophomore, 6 foot tall, wearing number 0. Taylor Williams, Dane Kaufman, Aiden Wilson, Brody Krubel, Nolan Hankey, Ashton Sisley, Brady Lawinger, Gabe Wagner, Preston Clemens, and Wyatt McLean is your starting lineup for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. So those are your starting lineups presented to you by Fuller's Milker Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at fullersmilkercenter.com. With Arena Satterley, I'm John Satterley. Thank you for joining us. Let's give you the colors of the game presented to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations.
The Graham family, Chris and Carey Leary, Scott and Rebecca.
3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs.
And community.
It should be green, so you should be up, but we're not up.
Yep, and that's we're up with everything, except we're up with everything audio, just the video side.
Okay.
So video side is something going. So left to right is how we will see it. We have the audio side. Amherst will kick off to the Lancaster Flying Arrows. And to kick off is going to be Tyler Loken for Amherst. Left to right as we see it. He will run up and he will boot it away. High end over end kick will be fielded at the 8-yard line. Up to the 10, to the 15, 20. Stutter step to the 25, to the 30. Spun down at the 20, at the 33-yard line. On the return is Nolan Hankey. Nolan Hankey on the return, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Flying Arrows. The Flying Arrows will have the ball, 1st down and 10.
At the 35-yard line.
It'll be the first down, the first Sullivan Auctioneers and Big Iron Realty 1st down. They're going to mark him at the 35-yard line. Lancaster, again, with the colors of the game. They're wearing the white road jersey with blue numerals, blue pants, and we see dark blue helmets. As underneath center is going to be Toy Raggets. He will bubble the ball at the outset, but he will pick it back up, and he'll get to the 36-yard line. A little bit of a mishandle on that opening handoff. It'll be a gain of a yard, 2nd down and 9. As we're having a little bit of chaos up here in the booth, trying to make sure we have everybody all taken care of. Multiple radio stations, PA announcers, other connections, just your typical everyday football game. 2nd down and 9 here for the Lancaster Flying Arrows from their own 36-yard line. As Reggets is underneath center, 2 wide receivers near side, 1 to the far side. He gets up out of center, and he starts looking to his sideline, which is on the far side of the field where we are at. Reagan's underneath center. He will hand the ball off. No, he'll keep it himself. He will try to get to the 38-yard line. He's trying to lean forward, but he'll be stuffed backwards. Gain of 2 on the play will bring up a 3rd down and 7 for the Flying Arrows. Right now, you're seeing the Amherst Falcons. They are just crowding the line, daring Lancaster to throw the ball right now. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep.
So we're seeing what's going on. Look like our router is not wanting to work.
Yeah, no juice.
I say you're seeing that too, right?
Yep.
I know I'm technologically not exactly. Reagan's back to pass. He is going to get hit. He tries to run out of it. He's still up on his feet, and now he'll be thrown down for a loss. Back at the 27-yard line. Jesse Blanker, 6 foot 190, gets the sack back to the 30-yard line. We're going to say his forward progress was stopped. It looked like it was further back than that, but that'll be a little bit of a break for Lancaster, but yet losing 5 yards on 3 plays. Not ideal for a first drive in Level 1 playoffs. 2 minutes gone by in this first quarter, 0-0. Amherst will get their first offensive possession. Good snap, light rush, left-footed kick. It will get hung up in the air. It'll take a Lancaster bounce inside the 40, and it will roll dead at the 34-yard line. That's where Amherst will take over. First down and 10. With 9:41 to play in quarter number 1, 0-0. Let's see how Lancaster's defense will be able to respond. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for high school football here on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel has been bearing with us too. Of course, when you go on the road to somewhere new, there's always going to be a challenge or
not close by.
Or twice that will happen. Michael Glodowski, he is the quarterback. He has 1,172 yards passing, 13 touchdowns through the air, 7 on the ground with 515 yards of rushing as well. So he is a dual threat option. He will get the snap and shotgun formation, breaks one tackle, stiff arms past another one. He'll work his way up on the right side of the 41-yard line. Gain on the play of 7 will bring up a 2nd down and 3. Beautiful run there by Glodowski, and he has some size as well, 6 foot 180 and a senior. Their leading rusher is Aiden Nerdahl. He wears number 5, 6'1", 200-pound junior, and he has 1,370 yards rushing on the season, 26 touchdowns. So this Falcons team, they can fly, and they know how to get to the end zone. 2nd down and 3 from the 41-yard line. It will be a pitch. No, it will be a pitch to the far side, to the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Turns on the Jets to the house. Touchdown Amherst. Sully Perkins goes to the house. With 8:45 to play in quarter number 1, 59-yard touchdown run by Sully Perkins, and he turned on the afterburners. My goodness. 2-play drive that went 67 yards and only took off 56 seconds of game time. Well, Amherst, they will kick an extra point. And special teams, I felt, was going to be a key to this game. Lines are down. Good snap. Hold is good. Kick is high enough. It's long enough. And it is between the uprights and good. 8:45 to play in quarter number 1. Your score, Amherst 7 and the Lancaster Flying Arrows 0. That was a there we go. Get the right thing here. That was, I tell you, we had a subs.com sack on that first drive and the 3-and-out for the Lancaster Flying Arrows and a Northland Buildings touchdown for the Amherst Falcons. It went 2 plays, 67 yards, 56 seconds all it took for the extra point to be good. Presented by Point and Flush Sportsman's Club in Potosi. Nice game on 97.7 Country. WGLR is presented to you in part by Mountain City Bank's Total Line of Credit, allowing you the use of the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Learn more at MountainCityBank.com. Southwest Health, they have over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Kickoff for Amherst. Seemed like they just did this. Now it's a little pooch here to the near side, and it's going to be picked up at the 21-yard line. To the 25, trying to bounce inside, and not much doing for the Flying Arrows. Trying to go somewhere was Brody Krubel with the return, but he's only able to make it to the 28-yard line. Clare Bank, with their 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Clare Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. I'd like to say thank you for joining us here on 97.7 Country WGLR, and we're having technical difficulties on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The audio is there. The video, on the other hand, well, not so much. So we're trying to get that remedied for you and still try to call the game. So if you hear a couple of awkward pauses, well, I'm awkward as it is, but we're trying to get a few things corrected. It'll be a handoff up the middle, breaking over one tackle, and another tackle past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Nolan Hankey able to plow to a first down after the gain of 11. That's what the Flying Arrows needed, just a dose of Nolan Hankey. Beautiful run by Hankey, and he got 11 yards on the left-hand side. He was initially stopped, but he was able to keep his momentum going, drifted more to the left, and was able to go through the B gap and get somewhere. Quick pass to the right side. That almost was a backward pass, or they're going to say just incomplete. Incomplete pass from our angle. It looked like it might have been, well, it would have been more of a lateral to Dane Kaufman. Again, one of those plays that if it does stay in bounds, you start questioning, going, was it actually a lateral or was it a forward pass? That was one of those you start going, oh, you don't want to put it in the official's hands. Let's just put it that way. Second down and 10 for the Flying Arrows. Quarterback keeper Regitz will get to the 41-yard line before a whole host of Falcons will just flock to the ball. They're going to give them forward progress to the 42. And that will bring up a third down and long after the 3-yard run by Toy Regitz. Toy coming into this contest, he has been Mr. Everything, over 1,450 yards through the air, over 850 on the ground, total of 25 touchdowns. So the superb sophomore has been able to do a lot, including getting his team into the playoff. And now they're down 7-0 and looking at a 3rd and 7. Quick out here to the near side. He'll be caught, and there's running room to the 45, to the 50. Sets a tackler, 45 into Falcon territory. On the reception, Dane Kaufman, 1st and 10 for the Flying Arrows. Gain of 8 more, gain of 16 on the play. 16-yard reception from Toy Regitz to Dane Kaufman. Exactly what the doctor ordered here on the near side of the field into Amherst territory. 7:10 to play in quarter number 1. 7-0 in favor of the host Falcons. Level 1 WIAA playoff action on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel and on 97.7 Country WGLR. He'll be a quarterback keeper right side. Amherst has it snuffed out, but somehow Regitz gets a gain of a yard. He should have been dropped for a loss of 3. Instead, he was able to drag 2 tacklers with him and gain a yard. 2nd down and 9. Toy Regitz, I tell you, the young man getting a first chance to see him last week. You hear a lot about him, but he really impresses you when you actually get a chance to see him in person, just how he keeps moving and continuing the play instead of just kind of giving up. Everybody jumps on the defensive side, nothing offside called. Continuing on, 3 wide receivers near side, 1 to the far side here for Regitz. He will keep the ball himself. He will follow the lead block of Nolan Hankey. He will push his way inside the 36 to the 35. Gain of 6 on the play will bring up a 3rd down and about 3.
3rd down and 3.
Again, that was a very convincing fake handoff to Nolan Hankey. Had me fooled right away because I thought, because there's such a great lane for Nolan Hankey to go, but following him was Regitz and was able to get a gain of 6. 3rd down and 3 from the Falcon 35-yard line. Flying Arrows trailing by 7 here midway through the first quarter of action. Raggets barking out the signals with 2 wide receivers near side, 1 to the far side. He will just go right up the middle. He will get stuffed right away. It looked like he had a seam, but he literally was running into the back of his center, and nothing happened. Actually, a gain of about 1 yard on the play will bring up a 4th down and 2.
4th down, Lancaster.
So 4th down and 2 for the Flying Arrows. Ball at the Amherst 34-yard line. Tonight's game being brought to you in part by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota Dubuque, when you are ready. 4th down and 2 coming up for the Flying Arrows. From the Amherst 34-yard line, need to get to the 32. Quarterback keeper, he gets wrapped up and stuffed, and he will not make the 1st down. He went to the left side of the line, but Amherst shot that side of the line and was able to get into the backfield, and no gain on the play, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So Amherst defense comes up huge, and now the Flying Arrows have their first turnover of the game, and it'll be on the Amherst 34-yard line. So, you're back on now? Okay. I wasn't sure. Okay, go ahead.
Lancaster had some success last week with their methodical drives on 4th down conversions, but it looks like Amherst was ready for them this time.
They were, and that was definitely a play that they were able to take care of immediately. So now, as we undergo a little bit of
well scouted.
Yes, it was. It'll be a handoff right side, 35-40, up to the 42-yard line on the carry. Nerdall with the carry. That's Aiden Nerdall. He's 6'1", 200 pounds, and he was able to get a seam, and he's got some acceleration. Gain on the play of 9, 2nd down and 1. And Nerdall, I tell you, very impressive on that run. Also, too, we'll have on a shoebox scoreboard update for Lancaster School District, something you're going to want to hear from cross country. We'll have that coming up after this 2nd down and 1 play. In shotgun formation, it will be a quarterback keeper up the middle to the 45, tries to find a seam to the 47-yard line as Michael Gladowski. It will be a 1st down for the Amherst Falcons after the gain of 4. Shoebox scoreboard update. Cross country update. Maddie Driscoll took 2nd place at the WIAA Division II sectional at Deerfield. Next, she will compete at state. Congratulations to Maddie Driscoll of Lancaster, who took 2nd place at the D2 sectional in Deerfield. So thank you so much, and thanking everybody up here in Amherst, so just helping out so much, trying to get everything up, working, and for having a couple of hiccups, we apologize, but trying to get everything up and going, and we've got it. Thank you so much, and we're going to be talking to them at halftime, too, as there's going to be a run into Lancaster territory to the 46-yard line. You know, when you're about 3 hours away from home and a piece of equipment decides to just go kerplut on you, thank goodness you actually have somebody that knows what they're doing. Oh, man, talk about a lifesaver. And yes, our video is working now on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I need to give you a big hug. Maybe buy a beverage afterwards. How does that work? 2nd down and 3 for Amherst. Now we can get to the game and really get it to you. And Lancaster showing blitz, but going right by it to the 40. 35 outside, cuts inside 30. He's to the 26-yard line. That's Aiden Nerdall on the run. He makes it 21 yards for a 1st down for the Amherst Falcons.
1st and 10, Falcons.
1st and 10 for the Falcons. 21 yards. So there. Now it'll be 1st and 10 as I'm trying to get recalibrated myself. Now I'm trying to get the equipment recalibrated. Now I'm trying to get recalibrated myself. 1st and 10 Amherst as they are approaching the Bitech green zone. Shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers to the far side, none to the near side. It will be a handoff to the right side. 25 cuts to the 20-yard line as Aiden Nerdall with the run. He will go about 6 yards on the play. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 4. So Nerdahl, again, he coming into this contest, not exactly a slouch when it comes to yardage. As all my papers decide to go flying everywhere. There we go. 1,370 yards on the ground coming into this contest with 26 touchdowns. So, yeah, he has been a workhorse. Michael Glodowski has been one as well. 2nd down and 4. Ball at the 21-yard line. He'll be a quarterback keeper right side to the 20. Lowers his shoulders and will be tackled at the 16. It will be another 1st down for the Amherst Falcons. Another Sullivan Auctioneers and Big Iron Realty 1st down, as that has been, again, right now the Falcons being methodical against the Flying Arrows are able to get really good plays on the outside. That's one thing that Lancaster has been really good all season with pinching, and they're not doing that pinching at this moment. So again, when you're getting chunks of 7, 5, 6, 9, 4, right now the Lancaster line, they are being eaten up, and they're going to that right side, but there's a big guy on that right side too. As on the left side, the ball is loose. Lancaster picks it up. And are they going to blow it dead? They are. Lancaster thought the play was still going on, and it would have been taken to the house. For the Flying Arrows, Taylor Williams, but they said the play was dead. No gain at the 16-yard line inside the Bitech green zone. That's where the Amherst Falcons are. It's the red zone, but we call it the Bitech green zone. And that will be the end of quarter number 1. Your score, the Flying Arrows trailing the Amherst Falcons by a score of 7-0. As high school football on 97.7 Country WGLR, proudly presented to you by the Melby Funeral Home and Crematorium Platteville, offering a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby at the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory Platteville. Take a quick time out and be back right after this on 97.7 Country WGLR.
In game 4.
Life can get busy. Work, family, endless to-do lists, but don't let your health take a backseat. A mammogram is an important screening that only takes a few minutes, and it could be a step toward peace of mind for you and your loved ones. Whether it's your first or your annual visit, Grant Regional makes it quick, easy, and it's one thing you can check off your list. Make your health a priority. Schedule your mammogram today, accepting medical associates, dean, and quartz insurance to name a few. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
In game 4.
97.7 Country WGLR with Arena Satterley. I'm John Satterley. Second quarter of action about ready to take place, going right to left as we see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Amherst up 7-0, looking for more. Inside the Bitech green zone at the 15-yard line. Handoff to the right side, cuts inside to the 12. Stiff arm to the 10, 5 touchdown. Aiden Nerdahl goes 15 yards, and with 11:52 to play in quarter number 2, it's now 13-0 Amherst Falcons. That was a beautiful run by Aiden Nerdahl. It would look like it was going to be a tackle in the backfield, and then a beautiful stiff arm was able to get Nerdahl the 15 yards into the end zone. A 7-play drive that ended up going 66 yards and took up just 1 second shy of 5 minutes of play. An extra point upcoming here for the Falcons of Amherst, and it will be Tyler Loken to do the honors. Lines are down. Good snap, good hold, kick it's on its way, and it is good. 11:52 to play in quarter number 2. The Amherst Falcons 14, the Flying Arrows of Lancaster 0. Back after this timeout on 97.7 Country WGLR.
In Game 5.
Some things are meant to come in a box, like chocolates, phones, or jewelry, but some things aren't, like a mattress. Hi, this is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress, and there are 2 major reasons why your next mattress should not come from a box. First, when foam is compressed for too long, it will lose its ability to return to its full thickness. And second, a good quality mattress, one worth the money you paid for it, is too heavy to ship by parcel service. With mattresses, lighter isn't better, period. Dubuque Mattress, for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Avercamp Auto Body in Platteville is a proud sponsor of 97.7 Country GLR's Farm Calendar. Email your egg events to Bob Mittendorf at WGLR.com. The Farm Calendar airs weekdays at 6:35 a.m. This message is brought to you by Avercamp Auto Body in Platteville, celebrating 11 years in business. Our experienced staff will keep your vehicle in top condition. We use top quality parts to provide a high quality repair and quick turnaround time. Bring in your new car, older car, foreign or domestic vehicle to Avercamp Auto Body in Platteville today.
In Game 5.
Back to Amherst as the opening kickoff is going to be past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Good field position here for the Flying Arrows. As it looked like on the return was Nolan Hankey. So 1st and 10 for the Flying Arrows, now down 14-0. It's not like the Flying Arrows haven't been down this season, but against a 8-1 team on the other hand, that puts a whole level of, well, I would say right now it's, I don't want to say do or die, but it's Coach Murphy talking with him, Hall of Fame Coach Dennis Murphy, broadcasting with him. Yeah, broadcasting with him.
All-important third score.
Absolutely, and right now Lancaster needs that all-important third score on this drive because right now Amherst looks like they can score at will. I'm still trying to figure out who Will is, but they love scoring at him. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. 1st and 10 for the Flying Arrows. It will be a pitch. It's going to be a double reverse, and it almost looked like it was going to be a pass, but it's going to be it'll be a keeper by the wide receiver past the 40 to the 41-yard line, Aiden Wilson. That'll be a gain on the play of about 2 yards after all that running around. It'll be 2nd down and 8. It almost looked like Amherst was going to tackle him Wilson in the backfield, but was trying to cover up the quarterback because it almost looked like it was going to be an end around and then pass.
Back to Raggets.
Right. It kind of looked like it was going to go that way.
Didn't they run a play like that against New Glarus?
Yes, they did, actually. Yeah, good scouting. Good memory. Almost a pick six, but it will be to the 40, 45, to the 46-yard line. Raggets with the pass. Completed to Dane Kaufman. He'll get to the 46. I think they're going to give him the 47-yard line. They'll bring up a 3rd down and a yard. I think the Flying Arrows, they've proven they can get a yard. It's just been more than that. That's been very difficult. They've had an 11-yard run. Nolan Hankey, when he's got a chance to get a hold of the ball, he's been pretty effective. 4 wide receivers, 2 either way, Hankey in the backfield. Raggets looks over to the Lancaster sideline, which is on the left side. That is also the wide side of the field. Amherst with their all blue jerseys and blue helmets. Getting ready on this 3rd and 1. Flag will fly, and it will be close to a 1st down. But I think we're going to back it up as it looks like it'll be an illegal formation, probably going to be called on the Flying Arrows. Let's wait and see. Yep, illegal formation on the Flying Arrows. And what would have been a 1st down at the 49-yard line, after a gain of 2, they'll mark it off. And it'll be a 3rd down and 6. And Raina, right now, Lancaster, it's not always the amount of penalties, it's timing, and that penalty couldn't have come at a worse time.
Right.
Let's take a look at a Shoebox scoreboard update, and that's presented to you by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the Midwest #1 shoe store.
On the Flying Arrows.
And we just had one come through. End of 1 quarter of play. Fenimore 20, Mineral Point nothing.
Wow.
Yikes. That was a game that pretty much almost went to overtime last week. Fenimore, the Golden Eagles, putting the hammer down. I don't think it was Fenimore. I think it was
so .1 last week. So they're looking for some revenge.
Mineral Point 1, yeah. A little bit of revenge.
When it counts.
Well, but remember last year was Potosi, Cassville, and Blackhawk.
Oh, yeah.
That was a 6-0 game. So, again, the playoffs are a whole different ball game. 9:45 to play. Quarter number 2.
A little more motivation.
14-0 in favor of Amherst. Lancaster 3rd down and 6. 3 wide receivers near side. Gonna float one out to the far side. Caught inside the 40-yard line to the 38. Going up and getting it, Taylor Williams. 1st and 10 for the Flying Arrows. What a pitch and catch from Reagans to Williams. Gonna mark it at the 37-yard line. On a 3rd down and 3.
21 yards.
Beautiful play, 21-yard pass. Reagans to Williams. Maybe I want to say Pioneers. I'm thinking Pioneer football for tomorrow, but maybe the Flying Arrows want to do the same thing. 2 wideouts here to the near side, 1 to the far side. It will be a handoff. Nope, quarterback keeper Reagans. He goes right, can't find anywhere to go. He will just kind of nose forward to about the 35-yard line. We'll give him a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. Toy Reagans trying to find somewhere to go, and really there was nowhere to go. Shoebox scoreboard update, 0-0 after 1 in River Valley, 0-0 after 1 in Lodi with Platteville and Lodi. Fenimore 20, Mineral Point 0. Potosi, Cassville 13, Blackhawk Warren 0. That's at the end of 1 quarter play. Prairie du Chien leading Westfield 16-0 early in the 2nd quarter. It will be a run up the middle. That's going to go to Nolan Hankey. Hankey will work his way to about the 31-yard line. Gain of 4 will bring a 3rd down and 4 yards to go. That's one thing with Nolan Hankey. You give him the ball, that 6'1", 195 frame. He falls forward more often than not. So if you give him the ball up the middle, even in that single set back, he can still get those 3 to 4 yards. 3rd down and 4 at the Amherst 31-yard line. Needing to get to the 27. Reagans underneath center, hands off, Hankey up the middle, trying to grind his way, and he'll get shoved backwards. Where are they going to mark the forward progress? They're going to say the 30-yard line, so a gain of 1 will bring up a 4th down and 3. It looked like he got further than that. And I'm not saying it was a bad spot. It just seemed the pile was further up before he was escorted back to the 45-yard line very quickly. This Falcon line, they are not budging much. 7:15 to play, quarter number 2, 14-0 in favor of the Amherst Falcons. 4th down and 3 for Lancaster. Reagans will keep it. He'll pitch out Hankey. Stiff arm 35. He's to the 20, 15 to the 10, inside the 10-yard line to the 7. 1st and goal for the Flying Arrows to the 8-yard line, gain of 22. And that is the biggest play of the evening. And there's what happens when you get the big man, Nolan Hankey, in some space. Makes a beautiful move to cut inside and still stay in play. Is that right there is a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty 1st down. It's 1st and goal for the Flying Arrows. Inside the 10-yard line at the 8. Inside the Bitech green zone. Reagans will keep it himself. Left side sheds 1 tackler. Tries to shed another as he gets to the 6-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 2. So Reagans, he had an opening for just a split second, and then it pretty much disappeared. On this end of the field, too, they have the nest, where they have the bleachers right on the edge of the end zone. Looks like it's pretty much all the student section wearing the pajamas tonight. Great night for the flannels, I will tell you that. There's no doubt about it. 2nd down and goal for Lancaster. Midway point of the 2nd quarter, trailing 14-0. Reagans back to pass. He looks left side. He looks right. He now go up the middle toward the goal line. Touchdown, Lancaster. Toy Reagans is able to go 6 yards with a 5:45 to play. In quarter number 2, the Flying Arrows are on the board. They now trail 14-6. Big run by Reagans, and there is where the sophomore is showing patience. He dropped back to pass. He looked to the left. Great defense by Amherst. He read the middle of the field. There was nobody there except one player that was doing a QB spy. He was able to juke him out, get into the end zone for a touchdown. And now an extra point attempt. It's kicked, and it is good. The extra point is good for the Flying Arrows. Neri Chapawa Lopez with the extra point. And with 5:45 to play in quarter number 2, we have that all-important third score goes to the Lancaster Flying Arrows. The 2 seed Amherst Falcons 14, the 7 seed Lancaster Flying Arrows 7. You are listening to high school playoff football, the WIAA playoffs on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. It's being brought to you in part by Community First Bank for you and the communities where we live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC, Laley Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Laley Center Monroe. West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz on the West End Salvage team for recycling, as well as construction and demolition waste, too. West End Salvage Lancaster. Northland Buildings. That was Northland Buildings touchdown. Northland Buildings, built tough for the Northland. Contact Joe Ryder, your local expert in quality Northland post-frame buildings. 9-play drive for the Lancaster Flying Arrows that ended up going 62 yards and took up 6 minutes and 1 second of game time. So the Flying Arrows get on the board. And an extra point, too. Total yards, Amherst has 133, Lancaster with 113. Time of possession, Lancaster's held the ball for 12 minutes and 20 seconds to Amherst 5 minutes and 55 seconds. Again, welcome to Flying Arrow football, and that is eat the clock. Kickoff will be fielded to the 13-yard line, up to the 15, fakes the reverse to the 20, and taken down at the 23. You can start to hear the Flying Arrow faithful that made the 3-hour trek here to Amherst start to come alive. Maybe it's because they're happy for their team. Maybe because yelling and moving around keeps you warm. We haven't figured that one out yet, but we'll go with it. 1st and 10 for Amherst. Ball spotted at their own 23-yard line. 5 minutes and 38 seconds to go until halftime. And coming up at halftime, we will have our shoebox scoreboard updates. Also, your McNett Electric halftime report, plus the halftime fix brought to you by Millie's Diner in Dickeyville. Let's see how Amherst will respond after giving up a touchdown. Handoff right side, big running room, plows through a defender to the 30, 35, 40, 45, stiff arm, 50 and out of bounds at the Lancaster 48-yard line. 29-yard run by Aiden Nerdahl. That right there, you know, you talk about the 5th generation military vehicles, that's a 5th generation running back right there because he has strength, he has speed, he has ruthless aggression. If he was wearing the different jersey, you'd love him. If you're a Flying Arrow fan, wow, is he fun. So Nerdahl with another big run going into Lancaster territory at the 48-yard line. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 to the far side. For quarterback Michael Glodowski. Glodowski will be quarterback keeper. He will go inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, 2nd down, and 6 yards for the Falcons of Amherst. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes all of our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control, over 40 years of professional, friendly service. Pink's Automotive in Lancaster and Goodney's Garage in Platteville. They have certified technicians, equipment, and experience to keep your vehicle in top running condition. Actually, it looks like there's a correction on our shoebox scoreboard. Blackhawks 8. Blackhawk Warren 8, Potosi Cassville 6, end of 1. So it looks like there is a shift on one of the scores at the end of the first quarter. Maybe it was a score and then it was taken away. We'll find out. Back to pass, Glodowski. He will roll out to the far side. He's got running room 45 to the 40. He will go out of bounds past the 1st down marker. 1st and 10 for Amherst at the 37-yard line after the gain of 7. Michael Glodowski, his 6', 180 frame and a senior, just gliding when he's running out there. I don't want to say it looks like he's giving zero effort because he's giving effort, but he's making it look so effortless. It doesn't look like he's trying when he's running quick. Maybe that's another key of playing on turf. You just get used to it and able to utilize your muscles a different way. It's curious to see how that could play out. 4:10 to play until halftime. 14-7 Amherst, and the Falcons are driving. Back to pass Glodowski. No, it'll be a handoff left side, 35 to the 30 to the 25, lowering the shoulders inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. Aiden Nerdahl. He will gain on the play 15 yards. Another big play of 10+ for the Amherst Falcons. 1st and 10. It's another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center Bloomington, and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Getting close to the Bitech Green Zone. Yeah, it's the red zone, but we call it the Bitech Green Zone here on Queen Bee Radio. And getting very close to that. A Greener Way Bitech Resource Management of Monroe. Wide side of the field, the far side. Glodowski, he'll go over the middle on a slant pattern, incomplete. Just led his wide receiver just a touch too far. Sully Perkins was there, but just led a little too far. 2nd down and 10. Uh-oh. Amherst made a mistake. They're human. Start wondering if they're playing like a machine, that everything they're getting is big play after big play. You start wondering, are they even human out there? They are still young men between the ages of 14 and 18. It's all right, but just the way they're playing, extremely impressive to watch. One wide out is Perkins. He's to the far side. One wide out near side, Hintz. With one man in the backfield for Michael Glodowski. One man in the backfield. It'll be a handoff right side. Trying to find running room. Oh, he will go to the left side. Touchdown Amherst. Aiden Nerdahl making the Lancaster Flying Arrows defenders look like they were on ice. 22 yards to the end zone, making it 20-7, the Falcons. Impressive run by Aiden Nerdahl. And in 6 plays, Amherst answers, making it 20-7. My goodness. Yeah. So now going for the extra point attempt. Or are they going to go for 2? Nope, they're going to go for the extra point. Sometimes when you see them break the huddle, sometimes you think they might go for 2. And again, when you're not used to seeing a team, anything can happen. But they're not going to give up.
They are going for 2.
And they are going to go for 2. They fake it, and they get the 2-point conversion. Michael Glodowski goes on the left side of the line into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good on the fake extra point. 3:49 to play in quarter number 2. Your score, the Amherst Falcons 22 and the Lancaster Flying Arrows 7. High school football on 97.7 Country WGLR, brought to you in part by Russell Law Offices, local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices in Platteville, Cuba City, and Darlington. Bryan's Auto Body and Paint Specialists. The pros at Bryan's get the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Bryan's Auto Body and Paint Lancaster. McNutt Electric of Belmont can help assist you with all of your electrical needs. Chip and the crew at McNutt Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNutt Electric, Belmont. As Amherst will kick off, it'll be Tyler Loken. He will kick it this time. No faking it when it comes to a kickoff, because you still do have to kick the ball. High end over end kick will be fielded at the 7-yard line, up to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, lowering the shoulder to the 30, to the 33-yard line. On the return, Nolan Hankey. 1st and 10 for the Flying Arrows. 3 minutes and 42 seconds of play in the second quarter. They will have the ball at the 34. Again, with all the timeouts remaining, definitely something that they can take advantage of. Take a look at Shoebox Scoreboard update. Lodi leads Platteville 7-0, 6:55 left in the second quarter. 3:42 left in the second here. Is Amherst 22, Lancaster 7. Now let's see what happens for the Flying Arrows. Are they able to respond after getting punched in the mouth? as he'll be underneath center. Now pitching it to the left side, Lucas Weber. He's going to try to bounce to the outside. He's back to the 30, gets back to the line of scrimmage and lunges forward to the 36-yard line. He will end up gaining 2, 2nd down and 8. But he was about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, was Lucas Weber, trying to get somewhere. So yeah, our Shoebox Scoreboard is presented to you by the Shoebox in Blacker, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Going with a little bit of pace here, other flying arrows. Quick pass out here to the near side, incomplete, trying to get to Dane Kaufman, and they are now going to whistle it incomplete. This time Amherst looked at it and said, that is way too close to a lateral for us, and just let it go. You know, really heads up play by the Amherst Falcons, because a lot of those plays, they're so close, and you don't want to let an official make the difference in the game. Play until you hear the whistle. I know that's what Coach Murphy always told me, was play until you hear the whistle. You don't hear the whistle, keep going after it. Prairie du Chien now leading Westfield 22-0. That is in the second quarter. And whistle will blow. Timeout called by Amherst. Amherst calls timeout. And we will keep it right here and remind you, coming up in halftime, we're going to talk to the miracle worker of miracle workers, Jared Davidson, here in the booth. If you are watching on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, he is the one you can thank for making sure we are up and going. So we're going to talk with him, you know, how to get everything going when you deal with people like me, you know, coming up here and having an electronic breakdown. Mental breakdown. Oh, that's me. I'm sorry. You know what? Technologically challenged, that is me. But, you know, everything going into hosting a level 1 event, especially when you're hosting somebody from 3 hours away, the different things you have. So we're going to talk with Jared Davidson coming up here at halftime. That halftime show is presented to you by McNett Electric. For all of your electrical needs, McNett Electric in Belmont. And if you're ever in Amherst, for all of your needs, call Jared Davidson. He's right here for all of your needs here in Amherst. He's also the DJ. He's also Mr. Fix-It. And head boys basketball coach. So, again, you name it, he's able to take care of it. So we'll be talking with Jared coming up here at halftime. Give some love to the Amherst Falcons. Here to the near side, 3 wide receivers. Regis will come out here to the near side. He will throw it downfield. He's got a man open, but overshoots the intended target, Dane Kaufman. And it will bring up a 4th down, And we have an Amherst player on the ground in the backfield at the 30-yard line. So now a player down for Amherst. Hopefully it was nothing major. One thing I do want to ask Jared as well, and we will get to this during halftime, is if he's seen any difference in injuries from turf to grass. You know, that's one thing I know I've always been curious about. I know that's been a big discussion
in the NFL.
In the NFL, you know, about that. We're trying to get away from the turf and getting back to grass. And just, you know, again, it's not about saying I prefer one or the other. It's just more of a, you know, you're just asking questions. What have you seen? And maybe try to. Right, exactly. Trying to do something like that. Tonight's game being brought to you in part by Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and Applied Micro. .biz. Breckler Insurance Group for all of your insurance needs. See Steve Lendowski at Breckler Insurance Fenimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. So Lancaster now being forced to punt on 4th down. 4th and long. Light pressure. Booming punt. That will be fielded at the 30-yard line. Try to go to the left side. Breaks one tackle to the 35. Tries to break another tackle. Unable to break the tackle of Brady McCartney is the returner. Logan Hintz. He'll be 1st and 10 for the Amherst Falcons. They have 2 minutes and 46 seconds to play in the second quarter. And they will have to go 63 yards to try to get into the end zone. And the way their big plays have been this first half, it goes with their keys to the game. They wanted to win physically. They wanted to make sure that they took care of all their assignments. They wanted to win the turnover battle and dominate the big plays. That was coming from assistant coach Sean Anderson, who I talked to and got the starting lineups from. He said, we take care of those. He goes, I don't know if there's anybody that can beat us. And, well, they're definitely showing that here this evening. This is a special group here in Amherst. 1st and 10. Handoff will go to the left side. Trying to find some running room and tight walk in the sideline. Lowers the shoulder on the Flying Arrows linebacker, Toy Regitz. Guess who had the carry? Aiden Nerdahl. He works to the 44-yard line. He'll gain 7. 2nd down and 3. So 7-yard run.
2nd down and 3.
And again, he just lowered the shoulder. I mean, he just ran out of real estate. 2:39 to play until McNett Electric halftime report. As I said, we'll be talking with Jared Davidson here, the head boys basketball coach of Amherst. Again, what goes on, when you have somebody come from 3 hours away, that's not easy. It's not like, oh, maybe I forgot something and you can just go home. That's not exactly that easy. How do you deal with contingencies like that? Falcon football, quarterback draw past midfield to the 47-yard line. Michael Glodowski with a quarterback keeper. 1st and 10 for Amherst. That is
He's tackled the 47-yard line.
another 1st down. That's another Sullivan Auctioneers and Big Iron Realty 1st down for Amherst after that run of, how many yards did you have that for? You have that for a 7-yard run?
Yep.
It seemed like more. Maybe it just seems that
For
way.
traffic, it might.
Well, he started a shotgun formation, so technically he did run 16.
Right.
To the 45, inside the 40-yard line. Aiden Nerdahl with the carry. He'll gain 7. Again, when you're having seven runs per carry, Raina, that's a really, really good average.
Yep. They've got a good average.
And we'll have all that
Thus far.
with our stats coming up at halftime. We're under the 2-minute mark in the first half, 22-7 in favor of Amherst. And keep in mind, Amherst will get the ball first to start the second half of action as they won the coin toss and deferred to the second half. Falcons, quick swing to the right side. Perkins with the reception. He goes in. Now he bounces to the outside, and he'll go out of bounds after a 1st down at the 33-yard line. Gain of, you guessed it, 7. Each play has gone for 7 yards in this 4-play drive to this point, at least by my quick math. I didn't say my math was right. I didn't say my math was good. I'm just saying quick math. 1:36 to play until the McNett Electric halftime report. And again, we'll have our quick fix presented to you by Millie's Diner in Dickeyville. What's Millie's Diner fixing for you? Well, we'll have our halftime fix. What will cure some of the ills of what's going on in this contest. Shotgun formation is Michael Glodowski. Back to pass, looking near side. He's got time. Dials up, distance, goes deep. It's almost intercepted. In and out of the hands of the cornerback for the Flying Arrows. That's Brady Schmitz. He was the closest one to it. That would have been a huge play for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. The intended receiver was Cal Lusick, but the Flying Arrows defender was closest to it. Hey, when it's 1st and 10, why not take a chance when you're getting 7 yards?
Shot, yeah.
When you're getting 7 yards per carry, you might as well say, hey, you can take a chance. 2nd down and 10 for Amherst. Ball is at the Lancaster 33-yard line. Falcons, shotgun formation, hands off left side. Nerdahl makes one man miss inside the 30. He will try to get to the 27. I think they're going to say he gets to the 28-yard line, 29-yard line. They gain 4. Timeout, Amherst as well. 3rd down and 6 upcoming.
3rd down and 5.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Cole Acres Golf and Grill, Cuba City, and at ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com. McNett Electric of Belmont, they can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric, Belmont. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's get the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Lancaster. Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty. If you have livestock, farmland, or buildings to sale, call Daryl Krapp. Visit BigIron.com to learn more. Rosemeyer Wealth Management will design a plan specific to your retirement goals. The experts at Rosemeyer Management will answer all of your questions, even if you don't know what questions to ask. Check out their website, rosemeyermg.com. Lustmac Automotive in Lancaster, whether it's Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Ford, you can count on over 50 years of trust and hometown service. because at Les Mac, you always get more from less. And by Point Flush Sportsman's Club. Their guided upland bird and waterfowl hunts with family and friends will create memories that will last forever. Make your best shot with Point and Flush Sportsman's Club in Potosi. And there's blood on the hands of quarterback Michael Glodowski that they didn't see during the 1-minute timeout. And we'll have to take a little more of a timeout, which will give us a chance to remind you that Carver's Hardwood Flooring reminds you that for hardwood flooring, stair installation, or refinishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. I think we're ready to go now. One timeout remains for the host Amherst Falcons. They are at the Lancaster 29-yard line. With a 3rd down and 6, it'll be an end around near side. A lot of open running room to the 30. Oh, big open field tackle. Toy Raggets holds them to a no gain at the 29-yard line. Will bring up 4th down and decision time for the Amherst Falcons. 1 minute to play until halftime. You know you're in, I'd say you could say you're in field goal range,
Might as well go for it.
But yeah, when you're up 22-7, it's 4th down and about 6 yards to go. Pistol formation, Michael Glodowski has one man in the backfield, Aiden Nerdhall, one wide out near side, one to the far side. Going to eat up a lot of clock here regardless. Back judge now has his hand in the air. Now he's counting down. And now timeout will be called by Amherst, their final timeout of the first half. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best. See Rob Krantz and the crew for full service repair on cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best in Fenimore. Millie's Diner in Dickeyville, where everything is homemade. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Check out their menu and daily specials on Facebook. Also presented to you this evening by Community First Bank. For you and the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFbank.com, member FDIC. And West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. We'll have our shoebox scoreboard coming up. We can kind of give you a little bit of what's going on. Prairie du Chien up on Westfield 29-0. That is late in the first half. Blackhawk Warren is leading River Ridge 8-6. That is a halftime score, so maybe an upset brewing at Murphy Field in South Lane. Whistle blows on 4th down from the side judge, and it will be a false start called on Amherst.
First penalty on Amherst.
And again, timing on this too.
Each team has had one 5-yard penalty.
Again, so they've been few and far between, but again, timing. This is going to be the one thing is timing on these.
Absolutely. So clean game thus far.
It has been, and you expect that for level 1 of the playoffs. 4th down and 11 here for Amherst. The Falcons back to pass. Got time. Dialing deep toward the end zone. Incomplete. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Michael Glodowski going toward the end zone. He had to target Sully Perkins out there. It looks like he's kind of holding his arm too as he's coming back. Maybe do that just because he's a little chilled, I'm not sure, but it just looked a little odd. It will be a turnover on downs, and they give Lancaster's defense big credit there for holding Amherst out of the end zone. So an incomplete pass, turnover on downs. So both teams now with a turnover on downs. Lancaster, not really much they can do here. They have 3 timeouts, 27 seconds to go until halftime with 66 yards to go to try to get into the end zone. But, hey, all it takes is one play, doesn't it? Hey, you've got one of the more explosive players in the state in Toy Raggets. And plus, Nolan Hankey. You never know what could happen. Dane Kaufman goes in motion to the far side. Raggett sparks out the signal. He's in pistol formation. Back to pass. He's got time. Line's giving him time. Now that time breaks down. He rolls out to the left. He's going to try to get out of bounds. He shovels it downfield, incomplete. He saw the corner of his eye, Nolan Hankey, and he just shoveled it. You know, and if you want to know how far he shoveled it, it gave you shades of Brett Favre, you know, type of shovel pass. He was trying to shovel it 10 yards. Incomplete pass will bring up a second down with 18.8 seconds to play until halftime. I don't know anybody else that's ever shovel passed it like that other than Brett Favre. Is there anybody that you
I
can
can't
think
think of anybody, no.
Did Aikman ever pass it like
No.
that? No. 22-7 in favor of Amherst. Just a touch under 19 seconds to play until halftime. Back to pass. Looking is Regis. He's got some time. Rolls out here near side. Pump fake. He will throw. He'll be caught tight roping down the sideline is Taylor Williams. He will go out of bounds, and it will be a first down at the 45-yard line. Gain of 11. Beautiful job tight roping the sideline is Taylor Williams.
What are they down to?
To the 45-yard line. Timeout Lancaster. They have two remaining now. And 11 seconds until halftime. Shoebox scoreboard update in Division 6. Now this one is stunning me. The run clock will be on. Fenimore 42, Mineral Point 7.
Wow.
With 5:18 to play in the second quarter. A game that went overtime 1 week ago with the same two teams. A fire was lit underneath the Golden Eagles nest. Wow. So some shocking scores here tonight in level 1 action. Again, the road to Camp Randall Stadium is on. And hey, everybody is, and Preston Carter said, I guess Fenimore is unhappy about last week. Really? You lose by 3 points on a field goal that ended the game in overtime, 38-35, and now you lead 42-7 with 5 minutes to go in the first half against the same two teams. Yeah. I think that's all he can really say about that is, yeah. It'll be Regis back to pass. He's got time. Now he's running out of it. He's going to stiff arm one guy. He's going to try to get to the sideline, and he will be escorted out of bounds. It'll be a loss on the play back to the 42-yard line with 2.3 seconds left. Give him a sack. That's a Subs.com sack of Toy Regis as he was escorted out of bounds. He wasn't tackled, but it was a loss of 3, second down and 13. And what will, barring a defensive penalty, be the final play of this first half. We'll put it all in a nice bow for you. The McNett Electric halftime report. Regis, he will be underneath center. He will hand it off left side. It's going to be a run by Nolan Hankey. He's up the middle to the 45, 40, still on his feet to the 35. He's still running to the 33-yard line, and he'll be taken down. So you can give him 25 yards. Hey, 25 yards at 25 yards. Let's see if he'll be able to do that in the second half. But that will end the first half of play. WIAA Division 5 Level 1 playoff action. Your score at halftime. The Amherst Falcons, 22. The Lancaster Flying Arrows, 7. We're back with your McNett Electric halftime report after this timeout. You're listening to WIAA Playoff Football on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Halftime, 3 minutes.
Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton has unique team treasures. They have over 25,000 signed sports cards, plus autographed photos, bobbleheads, caps, signed baseballs, and more. That's Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
I'm here today with Keith Dula from Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Keith, it seems like hybrids are dominating the roads, but there aren't many charging locations in Dubuque.
Agreed. Luckily, Toyota hybrids don't require plug-in charging. The Toyota hybrid system is built to charge while the vehicle is being driven, so there's no need for plug-in charging.
That's awesome. What about the battery life? Should people be worried about its longevity?
Not at all. Toyota has sold over 5 million hybrids in the last 25 years. Plus, their battery warranty covers you for 10 years or 150,000 miles.
How does regular maintenance on a hybrid compare to a gas model?
Hey, that's a great question. Toyota hybrid vehicles require the same maintenance as gas-powered models and oftentimes even less. For example, the hybrid model's regenerative braking charges the battery while slowing down the vehicle, increasing the life of the vehicle's brake pads.
Wow, it seems like there are a lot of benefits in choosing a hybrid Toyota. Visit Anderson Weber in Dubuque to learn more and to take a test drive today.
Watch live and archived H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Lady Center Monroe high school sports video coverage all season on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Get the latest schedule at AM1590WPBL.com.
Southwest Tech is excited to announce a new precision agronomy program designed to equip students with cutting-edge skills in agricultural technology, crop management, and data-driven decision-making. This innovative program combines classroom instruction with hands-on experience on their newly acquired 80 acres of cropland. Graduates of the precision agronomy program have a variety of career paths within Wisconsin's robust ag sector. Don't wait. Take the next step today. Learn more and apply for the precision agronomy program now at swtc.edu.
This is Bob Hundhausen with Building Platteville, and this week I'd like to invite you to come down to Katie's Haunted Garden, October 24th and 25th, from 5 to 7 p.m. each night. Katie's Garden is located at 275 West Business Highway, 151 in Platteville. Halloween lights will be on display from October 24th through November 1st. Come and enjoy cider and treats as you wander through our ghouls and goblins. Additional parking is available at Delta 3, and then follow the bike path to Katie's Garden. No tricks, only treats at Katie's Haunted Garden this Friday and Saturday night in Platteville. This is a free event.
Halftime, 3 minutes.
Welcome back to Amherst High School on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. As they're getting halftime on the field, ready to go. As you can, if you're watching on the YouTube Sports, God, excuse me, I'm trying to get the headset. Can I get the headset from you, please, hon? Get the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. There we go. When you try to do everything all at once, I drive myself absolutely crazy. I don't know how this guy does it. Jared Davidson is joining me. He is the head basketball coach of the Amherst Falcons and kind of the go-to person here in the booth. Jared, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for helping us get the video feed up and going, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me on here. Small schools that we're at, right, you tend as a teacher to wear a lot of hats. So
that you absolutely do, and everybody at all small schools in Southwest Wisconsin can agree with that. And what are some of the different challenges that come with hosting a WIAA event, especially when you're hosting somebody that, if you're Lancaster, maybe you're facing, somebody in conference that's maybe an hour and a half away, which is not that bad, all things considered. But Lancaster is 3 hours away. What extra stuff do you feel like you need to have here on hand for a Lancaster coming here in case, somebody forgot their pads, you can't help with jerseys. You're not going to have any extra Lancaster jerseys running around. But, maybe shoes or maybe cleats. Is there something that you're able to do, and how much extra goes into that?
Yeah, no, I would put a lot of thanks to our athletic director, Adam Miller. He does a really good job of emailing out to all the parties that are needed. First and foremost, a lot of that is on him to make sure you guys are aware where to go, where to park, get in, and then the other big thanks, I always talk about how we're well-staffed here for athletic trainer Jody Waltenberg, and our Amherst Fire District always comes to the games. So we have not only athletic trainers here, but EMS first responders on both sidelines. That's very important, especially in football. With all the recent injuries we've seen in the NFL, you could see a lot of things happen. And I think Adam, Jody, and the Amherst Fire Department do a great job of making sure emergency action plan is followed and is here for us in case anything were to happen.
Well, we're talking with Jared Davidson. He is the head boys basketball coach of Amherst, but also, too, again, Mr. Everything up here. Coming into town, Amherst is a town of 1,117. How many other communities does Amherst pull for the school district? Because I know, say, Darlington is about 2,500 people, and they're D6. So, Amherst D5. Okay, there's more to the story. Now let's go to the source.
Absolutely.
How many more communities does Amherst pull in to have D5 status?
Yeah, absolutely. We pull a lot of open enrollment at our school right now. High achieving kids we have here. If you look at the CW conference academically, we rank in the top 3 in ACT and overall GPA. Kids take high-level courses, a lot of AP classes, a lot of dual credit. That draws kids in, and then obviously having solid athletic programs where we're finishing high in conference and achieving great things in athletics as well draws other kids in. But they've really, I've only been here for about 3 years. Amherst has been a great place for my sixth grader, my second grader to be here, and I'm excited to see them grow and see what they can achieve inside the high school as well. There's a lot of community support, a lot of donations going to the building and to this fabulous field we have as well.
We're talking with Jared Davidson. He is the Amherst head boys basketball coach. Let's talk just a little bit about boys basketball. I know nobody here on this field wants to end their football season this evening, but it is inevitable. One of these teams, only one can win. We want both to win. It just doesn't happen that way. But when it comes to basketball season, how are you projected to be? And maybe is this a matchup we might see down the line where maybe Queen Bee Radio comes up and sees Amherst in a sectional game?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Lancaster is for basketball. We're D3, so it's a little bit tougher for us in the basketball end because previously in sectionals we've had the Fox Valley teams, Wrightstown, so Little Shoots, teams like that. They're sectional. That you go to their school, and again, our community is 1,200 people.
Right.
When you talk to Little Shoot, you're pulling from a lot bigger community.
Oh yeah.
And you have the Fox Valley for open enrollment. But this year we've moved sectionals now more towards the west. So we have Stanley Boyd, GET, Mosinee, further west teams. So when we talk about the travel, that may be a factor for us on the basketball side.
Right.
And seeing that, hopefully having those athletic directors communicate, having those action plans in place, and being prepared for what's going when you're going to a place you've never been to. I mean, I couldn't tell you. I was born and raised in the UP. I could never tell you where GET's school is, right?
Right, exactly. Gale Ettrick Trempealeau. I mean, I actually know where it is, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But the only reason I do is because a lot of our playoff teams go along the Mississippi River and get a chance to see those teams, just north of La Crosse. But it's just funny, here when you look at the break, like Amherst, okay, now I was doing games last year, still in southwest Wisconsin, Grand Isle, and Lafayette counties, but wait a minute, I'm going up that direction now. How did this end up? Was it kind of a shock to you guys, too, to see Lancaster pop up and go, they're coming up? Oh, boy. Did that kind of go your direction?
I think a lot of the coaches, if you talk to D coordinator Doug Cipollone, I have the pleasure of teaching with him in my classroom. He'll be the first to say, you can't underestimate anybody, right?
Absolutely.
You know what you are, and at the end of the day, kids are kids.
Yes.
Things can happen. You can make mistakes. They can make mistakes. You can't come into a game with a mindset of, oh man, this team we're going to beat. No doubt, because as soon as you let your guard down, that's when things happen. And I applaud him for that because he does a great job of keeping the kids in that mindset as well.
Absolutely. Well, Jared, thank you so much for helping us get back on with our live feed, and help me forget. Make sure you get this back when our broadcast is over.
Absolutely.
I don't want to take it with you. I might want to, but I want to make sure you keep it. But thank you so much for helping us, and to everybody here at Amherst for being just wonderful hosts, and and it'll be fun to watch the second half. But if I don't get a chance to see you, thank you again so much to you, the entire staff here, for the open arms that you've brought. Let Queen Bee Radio come in here as well.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the radio. I appreciate it. Safe travels back as well at the end of the night.
You got it. Well, Jared's going to be hanging out with me after, for the rest of the time, right next to me. But for his on-air part, we'll say goodbye right now to Jared Davidson. He is the head boys basketball coach for the Amherst Falcons, and again, helping us get back on the air on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We'll come back with your stats and more at the McNett Electric halftime report. It's 22-7 in favor of Amherst at halftime on 97.7 Country, WGLR on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 6.
Attention business owners. Are you tired of monthly fees eating into your profits? Look no further than People's State Bank. People's State Bank's business checking account has no monthly service charge. Yes, you heard that right. 0 monthly service charges. But that's not all. Enjoy free ATM and debit cards, free online and mobile banking, and free bill pay services. With People State Bank, managing your business finances has never been easier or more affordable. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on unnecessary fees. Switch to People State Bank today and take care of your business finances. People State Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress. Mattresses are not something that you should have to unbox and set up yourself. Frankly, they're cumbersome. That's why at Dubuque Mattress, we deliver, set up, and get rid of the old mattress for you. And it's not just for people in Dubuque. We deliver just about anywhere. Chicago, Des Moines, Minneapolis, Kansas City, or anywhere in between. So, when it's time for you to get a new mattress, let Dubuque Mattress take care of all of it for you. Dubuque Mattress, for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
In Game 6.
Your McNett Electric halftime report on 97.7 Country WGLR showing Amherst 22 and Lancaster 7. Let's take a look at your stats presented to you by Dodgeville Tax and Accounting. And Arena El Satterley CPA with offices in Dodgeville and in Gratiot named Best of the Best for Iowa County. From the Shopping News, go to DodgevilleTax.com for more information. Total yardage in that first half, unofficially 153 yards for Lancaster, 242 yards for Amherst. 235 on the ground for the Falcons to 93 for the Flying Arrows. Let's go ahead and break it down here for the Lancaster Flying Arrows, as Nolan Henke had 5 carries, 63 yards in that first half. Toy Regas had 11 carries for 26 yards and 1 touchdown. Aiden Wilson and Lucas Weber both had 1 carry apiece and 2 yards apiece. Toy Regas was 4 of 7 passing for 60 yards. 2 receptions to Taylor Williams for 37 yards. Dane Kaufman, 2 receptions for 23 yards. The Flying Arrows were 2 of 6 on third down conversions, 0 for 1 on fourth downs. Only 1 penalty for 5 yards, but it was a big penalty that went from a 3rd and 1 to a 3rd and 6. Starting field position, their own 33-yard line. Amherst, they haven't exactly had it easy themselves. Their starting field position on average, their own 32-yard line. 235 yards on the ground, led by Aiden Nerdahl, 11 carries, 138 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Sully Perkins with 2 carries, 59 yards, and 1 touchdown. Michael Glodowski with 7 carries and 38 yards. 1 of 4 passing was Glodowski for a whopping 7 yards. But when he rushed for 235 yards, you'll be okay with passing for 7. That 1 catch went to Sully Perkins. No punts in that first half, only 1 penalty for 5 yards. Again, that was another 3rd and 1. That turned in to a 3rd and 6. 0 for 1 on third downs, 0 for 1 on fourth downs. Time of possession in that first half, Lancaster had the ball for 13 minutes and 42 seconds, and Amherst had the ball for 10 minutes and 18 seconds. That gives you our first half stats presented to you by Dodgeville Tax and Accounting and Arena El Satterley CPA with offices in Dodgeville and in Gratiot. We'll take one more timeout and we'll come back with your shoebox scoreboard in the second half. Amherst 22 and Lancaster 7 on 97.7 Country WGLR.
In Game 7.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-488-2594. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-488-2594. That's 800-488-2594.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
In Game 7.
Back with your McNett Electric halftime report on 97.7 Country WGLR. Let's take a look at your halftime scores as our shoebox scoreboard presented to you by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the Midwest #1 and largest shoe store. The Shoebox in Black Earth. A few surprising scores, some not so surprising, and well, some that will just make your eyes bug out like Roger Rabbit. This is one of them. Potosi Cassville leading at halftime against Cambria-Friesland, 35-0. So you have pretty, I don't know, I think a group of players from Potosi Cassville not exactly happy that they lost last week. Halftime score, Fenimore leading Mineral Point 42-7. Durand, Arkansas leading River Valley 14-7. That is a halftime score. Also at halftime, Lodi 7, Platteville 0. That's one thing Rain and I have talked about, is that the Platteville team, this Lancaster team, these are teams that are just, one play away from challenging any team in the state of Wisconsin and going deep. And we're seeing that once again tonight within 2 scores of a very explosive Amherst team. Again, Lodi, they have been an explosive team. Platteville's in 1 touchdown there.
Yeah, that's definitely the case.
Prairie du Chien is leading Westfield 29-0. That is a halftime score. This one I think is actually kind of shocking. Nobody gave River Ridge any chance against the number 1 seed, Warriors of Blackhawk Warren. Well, at halftime, it's Blackhawk Warren 8 and River Ridge 6. So that is a score that maybe is opening up a few eyeballs around the state of Wisconsin. Again, there are always going to be upsets, Raina. I don't care where they are.
Doesn't matter what level either.
Doesn't matter what level, what division. There will be upsets. I mean, look at volleyball last night. You saw Schulzburg fall to Belmont.
Right.
So, I mean, again, you look at some of these scores and, part of you could say, oh, my goodness, I can't believe it. The other part, well, the teams believe in themselves, so why not?
They say any given Sunday when it comes to football.
Yeah.
Could be any given night.
Exactly. Especially in our area, you never know what could happen. And of course, if anybody has any scores and you're tuning in, feel free to send me any scores of any area games. Always appreciate it. Halftime score, Darlington, no problem with Melrose Mindoro, 42-0. That is a halftime score at Martins Field in Darlington. Don't forget, tomorrow night, coming up on the stations of Queen Bee Radio, we will have regional championship volleyball. Speaking of the Darlington Redbirds, they will be at Marshall. We will have that game. Let me get back to, too many things, too many different places. Where do we go? All right. Other than you could say me going crazy. That's pretty much we already know
home.
That. What's that? Maybe sometime before Saturday.
Right.
Darlington at Marshall will be on Extreme 107.1. Southwestern at Argyle. Argyle ranked number 1 in Division 5. That game will be on WPVL AM 1590 ESPN Radio. And on YouTube, the Queen Bee Radio YouTube channel. And Belmont and Pecatonica in Blanchardville. That will be on Super Hits 106. So that's what's coming up, and that was your halftime report presented to you by McNett Electric of Belmont. Lancaster with a low swimming kickoff. They'll be fielded at the 24-yard line, up to the 25, to the 30, trying to scope where to go to the 34-yard line, maybe the 35. That's where Amherst will have J.C. Bowman with a return. He's a 5'5" junior wearing number 8. And when you try to look that far away with names you're not as familiar with, you go with the man with the microphone up in the booth, and that's what you do. When I do that on Saturdays for UW Platteville and somebody else knows who it is, you go with them because they've seen the players a lot more often. So you just go with it. So Amherst looking to
fake it till you make it, right?
Oh, how do you think I've had a career? I'm still doing that. 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Up the middle, run to the 37-yard line, maybe the 38 by Aiden Nerdahl. He will gain, we'll say, 3 yards, 2nd down and 7. 3-yard run by Nerdahl. And again, that first half already having a ton of yards. He should probably be over 200 by the end of this contest, maybe even by the end of this drive.
Yeah.
I mean, just the way he's been going. I mean, he has been virtually unstoppable. 2nd down and 7 from the 38-yard line. Shotgun formation, handoff. Nerdahl tries the left side, cuts up the middle to the 40. He works to the 41 before he's wrapped up, they're going to give them forward progress to the 42-yard line. So a gain of 4 on the play will bring up a 3rd down and 3. The score, Amherst 22, Lancaster 7.
Now in the first half, John, Amherst never, for the most part, didn't even get to 3rd down.
Yeah,
I don't know if you noticed that. They only had, what, 1?
They were 0 for 1, and then they're 0 for 1 on 4th down. That was it.
But 8 first downs, so they didn't even get to 3rd down for the most part.
Right.
So this is a rare thing right here.
Yeah, a rarity. Amherst and 3rd down. Hey, if you're the offensive coordinator, if you're head coach Mark Lusick, you're sitting here saying, yay, I like that. But you kind of need to test yourself as well. 3 wide receivers. Lancaster showing blitz, hanging up in the middle, and it's going to be stopped short of a 1st down. Michael Glodowski will be shy of the 1st down by 2 yards. And a whole host of flying arrows in there, including Brady McCartney. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 2. The flying arrows hold. And that is what Lancaster needed. Now, again, you don't want to say they could fake it, but you never know. We saw a fake extra point. That's how Amherst has 22 on the board. As Lucas Weber will be back deep for the Flying Arrows. He's standing at about his own 25-yard line. Amherst in punt formation. They have the spread out punt formation, kind of like, looks a little bit like college. Light pressure and a high wobbly kick, and it'll be fair caught at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. No wonder things didn't look right. I had everything written down wrong. Everything was backwards. 9:28 to play in this 3rd quarter, 22-7 in favor of the Amherst Falcons, who are the number 2 seed. Lancaster, the number 7 seed. Tonight's game being brought to you in part by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota Dubuque, when you are ready. Flying Arrows ready to be on offense. Regas underneath center with Hankey in the backfield. Hankey will, no, it'll be Regas with a keeper to the 30. He'll work his way to about the 32-yard line. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. Tonight's game also being brought to you by Clare Bank with their 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin. Proud to support our community events. Clare Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Lancaster trailing by 15, 22-7. 3 minutes gone by in quarter number 3. 3 wide receivers near side. Pump fake, looking deep. He's going to throw it over the middle. He's got a man open. It's going to be caught at the 40-yard line. A diving catch by Aiden Wilson. 1st and 10 for the Flying Arrows. A Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty 1st down. Ball spotted the Amherst 38-yard line. 30 yards. And that was a beautiful catch.
Bullet.
By Aiden Wilson. And great coverage by Amherst. Give credit to the coverage because that ball had to be perfect. And it was right in the middle of the field. 1st and 10 Lancaster. Now at the Amherst 38-yard line, trailing by 15. You see the Lancaster side starting to get a little more life after that big play. 3 wide receivers near side. It'll be a quick pass to the left side. It's going to be batted and picked off. And that could be a pick 6 to the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, inside the 20, and down to the 18-yard line. Ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. J.C. Bowman, the 5'5 linebacker, took the interception back inside the Bitech green zone to the 18-yard line.
1st and 10 Falcons.
If you're Lancaster, that one hurts. You started feeling like you had momentum on your side, but the big mitt on the right-hand side of the Amherst line got the paw up. They weren't going to make it to Toy Raggets. And it was tipped. Right there waiting for it was J.C. Bowman, and he scuttled down the field to the 18-yard line of Lancaster, where it's 1st and 10 for Amherst. Handoff here to the near side. Spin move by Aiden Nerdahl, and he will work his way to about the 17. Gain of 1, 2nd down. The 2nd down and 8 from the 17.
2-yard gain will play.
After that interception, just
It was a 43-yard return, I estimate.
43-yard. That's a pretty good estimation, but it definitely.
Well, I didn't see where exactly he caught it from, so.
It was still deflating.
Yeah.
You're a flying arrow fan.
Near the line of scrimmage, so.
It was. So I'd say the line of scrimmage is a very fair mark on that. Shotgun formation for Glodowski. He's back to pass. Throws quick left side. Caught inside the 10. Breaks a tackle to the 5. Knee down about the 4-yard line. That'll be first and goal. Reception made by Talon McCormick. He is a 6-foot junior. First and goal for the Amherst Falcons. Beautiful quick pitch and catch. That went for 13 yards. So I tell you, this Amherst team, they will take care of turnovers. And again, a reminder that a turnover is presented to you by Lancaster Dental Associates and Fenimore Smiles turnover. Not many smiles on the Lancaster side after that turnover. Now lowering the shoulder toward the goal line, just shy of the goal line on the quarterback carry by Michael Glodowski. He will work 3 yards. Will bring up a second down and goal. Again, Amherst has been in the red zone. For us, it's a Bi-Tech green zone, a greener way, Bi-Tech Resource Management of Monroe. One thing we haven't had much tonight for both sides, only one penalty for 5 yards, are Pink's automotive penalties. And I have to say, Raina, that's been a really nice thing to see. Yeah. Not many penalties by either side. It's been a very clean game.
Very rare do we see a clean game like that.
It is very true. I mean, what did we see on the last game against New Glarus? We saw, I don't know, a lot. Glodowski gets the hand the ball off on the right side. Waiting for a signal. It's in the end zone. Touchdown for Amherst. Aiden Nerdahl from 1 yard out. And the Amherst Falcons make the Lancaster Flying Arrows pay with the interception. And they go 19 yards. And with 6:04 to play in quarter number 3, it's Amherst 28 and Lancaster 7.
What do you have for time of drive start on that one, John?
8-minute mark. Actually, it was 8:04 I had it at. So actually, it was exactly 2 minutes. 4 plays, 19 yards, 2 minutes. Extra point attempt coming for Tyler Loken. Lines are down. Good snap. Hold is good. Kick is away, and it is good. 6:04 to play, quarter number 3. Your score, the Amherst Falcons 29. And the Lancaster Flying Arrows 7. Back after this timeout on 97.7 Country WGLR.
In game 8.
Hello, Dr. Matt here from Cuba City Family Dental. Something we take pride in is having 3 state-of-the-art facilities in Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington. Our investment in the latest technology and innovative services allows us to provide top-notch dental care to our area families. Take control of your oral health and make an appointment with our team, and let's make your smile the best it can be. Contact Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental now, and let's start this journey together. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Trade out and trade up with the Gia Milking Performance promotion at Fuller's Milker Center. For a limited time, trade out your old milking units and liners and immediately benefit by trading up to a better milking performance at substantial savings. Choose from the Gia IQ milking unit or the classic 300E milking unit, both available with a GQ liner package. Plus, save if you need to swap Jetter cups too. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your Gia dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center to find out how you can save big trading out and trading up on new Gia milking equipment technology.
In game 8.
The kickoff by the Amherst Falcons is a low squibber that will be fielded by the Lancaster Flying Arrows. On the 38-yard line will be first and 10 for the Flying Arrows with 6:02 to play in quarter number 3. Now down 29-7. With Arena Satterley, I'm John Satterley on 97.7 Country WGLR. Thank you for joining us for high school football's Level 1 playoffs. Level 2 will be next Friday night. Teams that we will cover will depend on how everything pans out tonight. And you know it's starting to get to be that time of year when you're talking and you actually see your breath. I think this is the first time I've actually had that this year.
And your nose is running like mine is?
Right. Your nose is running. Where is it going? Back to pass. Toy Regas. He's got a man down the middle. Incomplete. Oh, he had a man wide open down the middle. It was Nolan Hankey, nobody was within 10 yards of him, but Hankey had not turned around yet, and he was going to go all the way to the house. Second down and 10. And those are just the little things, Raina, that Lancaster's missing. Again, it's not one big thing. It's just things that are just so really minute, but they
when
add
they're
up.
added together, yeah.
When they add up, there's the difference between Amherst and Lancaster right now.
Fundamentals, maybe?
It might be handoff. That's going to go to Nolan Hankey. He tries to churn his way. He'll get to near the 40-yard line, so a gain of 2 will still bring up a third down and long.
Third down and 8.
I say it's still a third down and long for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. And again, they're just trying to get something going. Their touchdown drive that they had was a 9-play, 62-yard run, and they had a couple of big plays, and it really started, again, with Nolan Hankey. Don't forget, you still got Toy Regitz, and yes, he is the quarterback, and he's getting everything going, but it's a team effort. Third down and 8 for the Flying Arrows. Ball at their own 40-yard line. Regitz back to pass. He's looking near side. He throws over the middle. It's going to be incomplete.
Almost intercepted.
Intended target is Brody Krubel, and yes, it was almost picked off by Logan Hintz. He was the closest one to it. Realistically, it'll be fourth down. And you start looking at decision time here for Lancaster. When do you start going for it on fourth down? You're down 3 scores at 29-7. Right now may not be that time, middle of the third quarter, but that's going to have to become a decision very soon.
It's got to at least be in the thought process.
Yep, you're going to have to start thinking of that, where either it's now.
It's making Lancaster almost one-dimensional.
It is, and they're a lot better team when they're able to utilize Nolan Hankey. High snap. It will be light pressure and a low wobbling punt. It will bounce inside the 40 and out of bounds, probably close to the 38-yard line. Let's see if that's where they mark it. 37-yard line. I was close. We'll give that one an A for effort. 4:58 to play in quarter number 3. 29-7 in favor of the Amherst Falcons. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Mountain City Bank's total line of credit, allowing you the use of the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Learn more at mountaincitybank.com and Laley Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Laley Center, Monroe. Southwest Health has over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you have specialized care without traveling far from your home. Learn more about specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Gladowski, he will look to hand it off here to the near side. No, he keeps it himself. He'll go to the 40, lowers his shoulder to about the 43-yard line. We'll give him a gain. They're going to mark him out after the 42. Gain of 5, second and 5.
He's down to the 42-yard line.
So they're going to mark 42. And again, we always see this too, Raina, where, if you're watching on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, you can see where the officials go, and then maybe they'll mark it a yard back or maybe a yard forward, which when you're trying to broadcast and not, be the PA announcer, you're trying to be on top of the play, but then they mark it 1 yard off, go, hey, I was watching you.
Remember Terry Pickett always said he watched the far line judge.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing.
And the far line judge will step out one way or the other a yard, and it's like, which one are you going to?
Exactly. Second and 5. Handoff off the middle to the 45, 48-yard line. That's going to be a run by guess who? Aiden Nerdahl. He will work his way to the 49-yard line. Gain of 7. It's another first down. And again, our first downs presented to you by Sullivan Auctioneers and Big Iron Realty. Again, Nerdahl, he is a hard runner. And the kicker is he's only a junior. He's got that means whatever conference, whether it's the Central Wisconsin Large or whatever conference they decide to do a realignment in, they're going to have to put up with Aiden Nerdahl.
Yep.
And I don't envy any defense.
Nope.
That has to play defense against him.
Back
to pass.
Hard.
Gladowski, back to pass. He dials one deep, incomplete. Intended target, the arm is there. Intended target was Liam Connor. Back deep was Brady Schmitz. But he's making that look easy as Gladowski. And I think with a little more timing, he's got an arm to be the next level quarterback. Just watching the way he throws it, he has really good form. He's able to get it out there. Don't be surprised if you see that young man, at the next level, because he definitely has the potential for it. Taking a look at
You
our
would know. You've seen a few of those.
shoebox scoreboard update. Platteville and Lodi tied at 7, middle of the third quarter. Steve Prestegard on the call on that game, and Prairie du Chien taking care of Westfield 43-6. That's 4 minutes left in the third quarter. It will be a handoff to the left-hand side to midfield, and not much more going for Aiden Nerdahl. Flag will fly, and another flag flies back here. Starting to get a little chippy.
Saw a couple of those last week, too.
Maybe this might be offsetting. Let's see what the officials have to say. It's a Pink's Automotive penalty. Whether it's offsetting or not, it still lets you know about Pink's Automotive. As the officials are debating who's going to buy the after-dinner spread.
After-game spread.
Yep, the after-game spread. Are they going to go to... Where's the local place to go after the game?
Whitetail Lanes.
Whitetail Lanes? All right, so I guess we're going to let everybody know at Whitetail Lanes what they're going to want. Depends on if the white hat's buying or if one of the black hat's buying on what they're going to get. Is it bologna sandwiches or maybe burgers? They aren't taking a long time to debate this, though. So we'll have to find out as we're like you, we're just waiting. As they are debating who, what, where, why, how. 5:21 to play in quarter number 4 at Murphy Field. It's still 8-6, Blackhawk Warren.
Wow, defensive game.
On our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Now we're going to get the call.
Shot block. Dead ball.
Okay, so it was a legal chop block on the Lancaster Flying Arrows. And then after the play is over, personal foul on Amherst. So now I think they're going to have to mark off both penalties. Because you had one that was during the play. Depends on where the penalty was. It could have been past the line of scrimmage. So it'd be the 15 yards from there, and then it would have to be marked back 15 yards. I remember we had a couple of those things happen, and I think that's exactly what Coach Mark Lusich of Amherst is discussing. The ball is right now sitting at the Lancaster 49-yard line.
Personal foul on Amherst.
And I think they're
plays the 49-yard line.
Okay, so they're going to mark it at the 49-yard line.
So essentially ends up being...
second down and 8. Second down and 8, I think.
Second down and 8.
After all of that confusion. By the way, there is a football game going on, ladies and gentlemen. We get back to it. A second down and 8. Ball the Lancaster 48-yard line. Almost looks like Lancaster lining up off sides. They won't call it. Pass here near side. It will be caught to Perkins. He's to the 45 before thrown out of bounds at the 45. Flag will fly, and I think they're going to call Lancaster's Lane Hendricks for throwing on Taylor Williams, as he's pleading his case, saying, I'm tackling him. What do you want me to do? Lay him down softly on a pillow? Because he threw him down, and yes, it looked aggressive. However, warranting a 15-yard personal foul, I don't think so. Maybe next time you put a pillow and a mattress underneath of him and say, here you go, you're down, and then they won't throw a flag. Because personal foul, Lancaster. Give me a break. There was a 3-yard gain, and now you're going to tack on 15 yards on top of it. That is one I will go against staunchly, regardless of the team.
First and 10,
because it was not a late hit. It was not out of bounds. It's because the optics of it didn't look pretty. I don't even think he was out of bounds yet. I think it was because when he threw him down, it looked like he followed through. And I think that's why it looked like he threw him. That's where, again, I'm sorry, have a mattress underneath of it. Handoff, it'll be a quarterback keeper right side to the 25, to the 20-yard line. He gets driven backwards, still on his feet, is Michael Glodowski. He will gain 9, 2nd and 1. And just remember, when I'm talking about this stuff, it takes nothing away from what Amherst or Lancaster has done on this field. Amherst, to this point, has been the better team. And Lancaster still has another quarter plus 3:10 to try to change that narrative.
They're essentially imposing their will.
Right. But, you don't need any extra help when it's been a clean game to this point. It's not like this has been chippy on both sides. And then you do something like that. Again, not a fan. Approaching the Bitech green zone. It is 2nd down and 1 from the 22-yard line. It'll be a handoff here to the near side, trying to get to the corner, and he's thrown down to the ground. Now, see, there's the same type of tackle by Toy Regetz, and they didn't call it. I guess you can tackle. And that was a big-time tackle by Toy Regetz back to the 23-yard line. 3rd down and 2. Now, again, that was not a pretty tackle. It was not. But that was the exact same type of tackle that was done on the previous play.
We'll just have to pull up the archive footage later and check it out, huh?
Exactly. Because, again, it was toward us. It didn't look like it was out of bounds. And, if it was out of bounds, I'll definitely take it being wrong. 3rd down and 2. Ball at the Lancaster 22-yard line. Quarterback keeper. Middle's open. He's inside the 20 to the 14-yard line. Michael Glodowski with a gain of 8, and it's another 1st down. Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, 1st down for the Falcons of Amherst. And again, that was just enough of a delay, Rana, to get the defense to spread out and the open just parting the Red Sea.
Right.
That's about what it looked like. Shoebox scoreboard update from Murphy Field in South Lane on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. 8-6 remains your score. Blackhawk Warren leading River Ridge. That's a 1 versus 8. Here, 1:35 to play the 3rd quarter, 29-7 in favor of Amherst. Inside the Bitech green zone. Handoff right side, trying to find a seam. Big hole, touchdown! Aiden Nerdahl, 14 yards out. And with 1:23 to play in quarter number 3, it's Amherst 35, Lancaster 7. Give credit to the Amherst line. They opened up a hole a Mack truck could have driven through.
John, you could have run through that.
And I can't run very fast. Yeah, I probably could have gotten a couple of, I wouldn't say I'd get a touchdown on that one. I definitely would have gotten positive yardage on that one. That Amherst line opened up a gaping hole. So now an extra point attempt coming up for the Amherst Falcons, who now lead 35-7. The number 2 seed leading the number 7 seed. Lines are down. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick it's on his way, and it is good. 36-7. Amherst leads Lancaster. Back after this timeout on 97.7 Country WGLR.
In game 9.
Join Tyler Dictanis and Steve Prestigard as the Platteville Pioneers take on the Wisconsin Badgers for the Guarding Against Cancer game. Listen on X1071 and X1071.com Wednesday, October 29th from the Kohl Center in Madison as the Guard brothers face each other to kick off their basketball seasons. Pregame starts at 6:40 with tip-off at 7 p.m. Special thanks to our sponsors: Pioneer Ford, Pizzeria Uno, the Annex in the back bar, McNett Electric, Steve's Pizza, State Farm Insurance Agent Jordan Holthouse, Southwest Health, and Helker Jewelry. Don't miss the Guarding Against Cancer game October 29th on on X1071.
Save big money on your next painting project at Menards. Pristine interior paint and primer in one is Dutch Boy's best hiding and most durable paint. It delivers a smooth, elegant finish while providing maximum scuff, stain, and mark resistance. Save big money on Dutch Boy paints and get your painting project started today. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
In game 9.
Squib kick by Amherst, filled it at the 24-yard line, up to the 30, to the 35, 40, 45, 50, cuts in the middle of the field to midfield, down to the 48-yard line. The return for Lancaster's Brody Krubel. First and 10, Lancaster in plus position at the 47-yard line. Lancaster showing some life with 1:13 to play in the third quarter, down 36-7. Return of 29 yards, yeah, finding a seam.
I think this is their first possession in positive territory.
First and 10 for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. Ball at the Amherst 47-yard line. It'll be a handoff up the middle. That's going to go to Nolan Hankey. He'll work his way to the 43-yard line. Give him 4, 2nd and 6. And it looks like the Blackhawk Warren Warriors will win. A battle that was on Super Hits 106 is over. Handoff here near side, inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. Dane Kaufman with the reception, first and 10 for the Flying Arrows. They're starting to run with pace. Raggets to Kaufman. Need to go with pace. 35 seconds of play in quarter number 3. Down by a good chunk. It'll be Raggets heading off to the left side. He will be taken down at the 30. It'll be a gain of 2. And our shoebox scoreboard, it is final for Murphy Field. 8-6 is your final. Blackhawk Warren over River Ridge. That was seen and heard on 106.1 on Super Hits 106. Here we're down to 10 seconds of play in quarter number 3. Lancaster really going to run one more play before the end of the quarter.
Nope.
They will. He'll be back to pass. Regas looks deep. He's got a man open, overshoots him, as that's how the third quarter will end. He had a man in the end zone. Aiden Wilson. We go to the fourth quarter. Lancaster, a lot of work to do. Amherst, 12 minutes away from level 2. On the shoebox scoreboard, the Amherst Falcons 36 and the Lancaster Flying Arrows 7. This is WIAA Playoff Football on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 10.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Enjoy the colors of fall and take a drive to Raleigh Cheese House. Stop in and try our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. Try our own fresh, squeaky cheese curds made every week. We also carry many other local cheeses, a wide variety of snacks, deli sandwiches, and beverages. It is worth the drive to shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23 Shellsburg.
In game 10.
With Arena Satterley, I'm John Satterley on 97.7 Country, WGLR. We start the fourth quarter of action going right to left as we see it from the press box here at Heartland Farms Field at Amherst High School. 36-7 in favor of the Falcons. Lancaster football at the Amherst 31-yard line. Quarterback keeper inside the 30-yard line. He leans forward to about the 27-yard line. Is Toy Raggets. Somehow he found a seam. I don't know how he found a seam, but he did. And now it'll be fourth down and about 4 yards to go. Ball spotted just inside the 27-yard line. And Toy Raggets, again, this Lancaster offense, for the most part, has been neutralized this evening. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Back to pass. Raggets on 4th down. He'll flip it out. He'll be caught. First down yards inside the 20. Inside the Bi-Tech green zone at the 19-yard line. Dane Kaufman with the reception. Gain on the play. About 5. Regardless, it's a Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, first down inside the Bi-Tech green zone, a greener way, Bi-Tech Resource Management of Monroe. Again, that's sometimes you just need those little passes just to keep a defense honest. Back to pass, Raggets, he's got time. He will be flushed out near side. He's got everybody coming after him, and he'll be hit and dumped back at the 33-yard line. Flag on the play that is in the backfield, and that's in the area of offensive holding. So another Subs.com sack. And it's a face mask on the defense. Face mask on Amherst. So let's see how much that negates of that loss. And is it the 15-yard variety? Face mask Amherst, and I think they're going to see, is it the Garden Variety 5? Is it going to be the personal foul 15? They didn't show the personal foul. And the question is, does that sack become null and void then, and then 5 yards from the spot of the foul?
They're moving more than 5.
I think it's probably from the line of scrimmage. Oh, it is personal foul, face mask.
Personal foul, face mask on the
Wow. So does that go from the line of scrimmage then? Now again, I'm sorry, I don't have the WIAA rule book in front of me. Right. I think it will be. They're marking off inside the 15. Marking it to the 10. From the 20 to the 10. Perfect call. Thank you. So it's a personal foul face mask on Amherst. Their first big penalty right on this evening. Got a game that just seems to be dragging on.
Net penalty of 9 yards.
Yep. But first and goal for Lancaster. Ball at the 10-yard line. Raggets right side, rolls out, throws toward the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Touchdown Lancaster! Reception in the corner of the end zone. Dane Kaufman, 10 yards out, and with 11:08 to play in quarter number 4, the Flying Arrows now trail 36-13. Beautiful pass by Toy Raggets, getting it to Dane Kaufman, and just sneaking inside the pylon from 10 yards out. Much needed touchdown for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. As Neri Chapawa Lopez will do the extra point kicking. Lines are down, snap is good, kick is on his way, and it is good. 11:08 to play in quarter number 4. It is Amherst 36 and the Flying Arrows 14. 7-play drive for the Flying Arrows after a really good kickoff return. Only had to go 47 yards. And that took 2 minutes and 5 seconds off the clock. So, Rena, that's something that Lancaster needs to do more of, and that's score quickly. Get defensive stops and score quickly.
Well, we know they can move methodically down the field, but they need more points than just the methodical, process is going to give them.
That they do, and we'll talk about our MVP in our post-game show, presented to you by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center, Bloomington, and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Russell Law Office's local legal representation. Call for a consultation, discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's get the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Lancaster. The Highland State Bank of Highland at highlandstatebank.com, and WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler. WCC-brands.com. Kickoff is going to go inside the 10, inside the 5, and it will go inside the end zone. Lancaster kind of quick kicked that one instead of spreading everybody out. They were legal, but they were trying to sneak it inside the 20-yard line, and the ball went about 4 yards too deep. It might have just landed right at the 4-yard line. Instead, it'll be 1st and 10 to Amherst. Ball at the 25-yard line. 11:08 to play in quarter number 4. Coming up, our post-game show is presented to you by Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones. We will have your drive of the game presented to you by Les Mack Automotive, your Herms Today's Hardware and Home Center most valuable player. Scrapper of the game presented by West End Salvage. Tri-Core Turning Point as well. Will all be coming your way. Amherst now back on offense. Michael Glodowski in shotgun formation with 3 wide receivers, 2 to the far side, 1 here to the near side. Back to pass, looking left side. It'll be in and out of the hands of the intended target, Cal Lusick. He'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Pass is incomplete.
So that helps Lancaster right now, stopping the clock with 11:05 to play in quarter number 4, trailing 36-14. It's not impossible. Improbable, maybe. 109 yards of rushing, 118 yards passing.
Lancaster.
A shoebox scoreboard update. Fenimore, they got their revenge on Mineral Point after losing in overtime 38-35 last week. They just beat Mineral Point 50-7.
Wow.
To end the Pointers season. Ouch. It'll be a handoff here to the near side. Trying to bounce it to the outside is Nerdahl. He's got running room to the 35. He's to the 40. 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Amherst. 80-yard touchdown run by Aiden Nerdahl. And that might have just put the crooked little knife in Lancaster's season.
18-second time of possession.
That's a long possession. 80-yard run, 2 plays. So 2 plays, 80 yards, 18 seconds. But there, once again, when you look at Aiden Nerdahl, what he's able to do, he doesn't just have the strength, he has the breakaway speed. That's the kicker.
251 yards and 5 touchdowns.
251 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's a pretty good level 1 outing. Extra point attempt. Kick it's on his way, and it is no good. Wide left. So with 10:50 to play in quarter number 4, the Amherst Falcons 42, the Lancaster Flying Arrows 14. Tonight's game brought to you in part by McNett Electric of Belmont. They can assist you with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural business and commercial needs. McNett Electric, Belmont. Breckler Insurance Group, for all of your insurance needs, see Steve Landowski at Breckler Insurance Fenimore. Breckler Insurance, serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. TriStar Palace of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb in Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Drury and the gang a call at TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montford, and at sloans.com. Bowles Electric, call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher at Bowles Electric, Lancaster, and Fenimore. And that was 2 plays, 80 yards, 18 seconds, an 80-yard run by Aiden Nerdahl, putting him over 250 yards for today. Low Squibber will be fielded at the 36-yard line to the 40, to the 45. The big guy still running. And now he fumbles the ball. Amherst says they have it, and they come away with it as Austin Addison was running it back. He got to the 45-yard line. He got the ball stripped away from him. Amherst recovers. 1st and 10 for the Falcons, just putting the icing on the cake of a level 1 game.
At the 44-yard line, 1st and 10 Falcons.
Oh, fumble by Austin Addison on the kickoff. And he was having a good run, too. He had gone about 12 yards and then got the ball stripped away. As 1st and 10 Amherst at the Lancaster 44-yard line. 10:44 to play in quarter number 4, 42-14 in favor of the Falcons. Back to pass, looking deep, firing up. He's got a man downfield, in and out of the hands. Tyler Loken had it in his gloves, inside the 5-yard line. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10. I don't know if that's his mom right outside, but I could hear, Tyler, why didn't you catch that? I'm guessing that's mom. I'm guessing. I don't know how else to put it.
She's in here.
Oh, she's in here. Okay. I thought I heard that, but it sounded. But I can't tell with our microphone, if it's a crowd mic right out in front or not. 2nd down and 10 for the Falcons at the 44-yard line, 42-14 in favor of Amherst on the shoebox scoreboard. We'll get some more out-of-town scores coming up in just a moment. Lancaster showing blitz. Here to the near side, it'll be passed on 39-yard line. Taken down right away. Big tackle by the Flying Arrows. That by Lucas Weber. He shot out of nowhere to make the tackle on Liam Connor's reception to the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, 3rd and 6. So again, you have Michael Glodowski, the 6-foot senior. He is definitely impressive as a quarterback. And that pass that he had downfield, again, probably 9 times out of 10, that is going to be caught for a touchdown. 3rd down and 6 yards to go. It'll be a handoff up the middle, right into the line, trying to test what Nerdall can do, and he gets about 2 yards, maybe 3. They're going to mark it at the 37-yard line. So gain of 3 will bring up a 4th down and 3. Shoebox scoreboard update. Oh, Lodi leading Platteville 14-7. A muffed punt recovered in the end zone has led to Lodi's 2nd score to give them a 7-point advantage. And Potosi Cassville gets the win over Cambria Friesland 42-8. It's your Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the Midwest's largest shoe store. The Shoebox in Black Earth. Good snap. High floating punt inside the 20. It'll take an Amherst bounce inside the 15, inside the 10, and it'll roll down to the 9-yard line. Lancaster, they're used to going 90-plus yards. There's 8:51 to play here in quarter number 4, trailing 42-14. High school sports on Queen Bee Radio on 97.7 Country WGLR, brought to you in part by Lancaster Dental Associates and Fenimore Smiles. Get the smile you want and the health you deserve. Learn more at lancdent.com. Sups.com. Fuel your fitness journey with a wide selection of products from a locally owned company. Visit their Fenimore, Dubuque, and Platteville locations and at sups.com. 1st and 10, Lancaster from their own 9-yard line. 8:51 to play in quarter number 4. Pitch out here to the near side, and not much doing, trying to get the ball out into the hands of Nolan Hankey. He will lose about 2 yards on the play back to the 7. So a 2-yard loss. And again, that's not typical for Nolan Hankey, but when you become one-dimensional, you're trying to run, it almost looks foreign when you're trying to run. 8:20 and counting, quarter number 4. It's been all Amherst this evening. And a long drive for the Flying Arrow faithful that made their way up here. Back to pass, Toy Raggets. He avoids one man. He throws it deep. He's got a guy downfield. Incomplete. A little bit of hand fighting with Taylor Williams. And the defender for Amherst, Talon McCormick. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 12. Oh yeah, Raggets, he's got a cannon. He can definitely air it out, and he does it with what feels to be relative ease. Just think he's only a sophomore as well, and he's already thrown for, if you include tonight, around 1,500 yards this season. So again, maybe just unleashing him more his junior year. As you can hear the student section rattling everything. It'll be a quick pass out here to the near side, to the 5, maybe to the 10, and that's it. on the reception to Dane Kaufman.
There is a flag.
Flag on the play, and it looked like that might be in the area of illegal block downfield. It's at the 8-yard line, and we're seeing a Amherst player that is down on the field. This literally now for our angles, you can kind of see on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, as it looks like it is a hold on Lancaster. I think this will probably be declined. And yeah, Amherst will decline it. And make sure again, illegal block in the back on Lancaster. Amherst declines the penalty. It will bring up 4th down.
4th down.
Because it was only a gain of 3 yards on that pitch and catch from Toy Raggets to Dane Kaufman.
So everything on the 9 or the 10?
They are on actually the 9. So that was a gain of 2. So yeah, excuse me on that. It looked like it was 10-yard line, but now it's 4th down and 10 from their own 9-yard line. Lancaster knows they are going to punt it away. It'll be a spiraling punt that just keeps on drifting to the 50-yard line, inside the 45, and it will roll dead at the 40-yard line. Amherst will take over 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. 7:33 remains until our post-game show presented to you by Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones. People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their convenient area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com, member FDIC. Pink's Automotive in Lancaster and Good News Garage in Platteville. They have the certified technicians, equipment, and experience to keep your vehicle in top running condition. Also presented to you by Ayers Furniture. So we're broadcast from the Ayers Furniture Best Seat in the House. Go to AyersFurniture.com. 1st and 10. Back to pass. Looking deep. Wide open. Caught at the 35. Inside the 30 to the 27. Michael Glidowski with the pass completed to Cannon Hodges. 34 yards. 34-yard gain from Glidowski to Hodges. And he was wide open. I mean, there was only one defender and 2 wide receivers. You had one Lancaster defender out there going, which one do I defend? It was kind of almost roulette. Which way do I go? And you're probably going to throw it to the other one if I defend one of them. 1st and 10, approaching the Bitech green zone at the Lancaster 26-yard line. Flying Arrows are showing blitz. Handoff left side to the 25-yard line and hit and leveled. On the run, Aiden Nerdhall.
Nerdhall tripped up after a gain of 1 on the play.
We start looking at players of the game. Again, our MVPs presented to you by Hermson's Ace Hardware. Laley Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Laley Center Monroe. Southwest Health, over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Nearing the midway point of the 4th quarter, 42-14 in favor of the Amherst Falcons. Back to pass, blitz coming, and hit and dumped. Man, Michael Glidowski, he gets rattled.
Glidowski is sacked.
And now there's a player on the field. It looks like it is a Flying Arrow after that. I don't know if he was in on the tackle or not. And I'm not going to speculate who it is because I cannot see from that far away. It'll give us a chance to remind you the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville offers a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and traditions. Matt and Laura Melby at Melby Funeral Home and Crematory, Platteville. Mound City Bank's total line of credit allows you the use of equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop into Mound City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Learn more at moundcitybank.com. The injured player getting up and walking off on his own for the Flying Arrows was Brady McCartney, the senior. 6 minutes exactly to play in quarter number 4. Amherst 42 and Lancaster 14. Raina found the heater. I don't blame you. You are always cold, but hey, when the heater's right there, go for it. You're doing your job. You're getting the stats. So 5:50 and counting to play in quarter number 4. It's 3rd down and 14 for Amherst. Back to pass is Glodowski. He winds up, goes deep toward the end zone, incomplete. And a flag will come in very, very late as Taylor Williams, the senior, comes running into the official and saying, come on, man, you're throwing it late as you're on the Amherst sideline. Obviously, I don't know what he's saying, but that's kind of what it appears to be because he was not the one on defense on that play in particular. It looked like, I think it was Aiden Wilson down there, but they are still calling a 15-yard pass interference from the 30-yard line, and it was on 3rd down. And keep in mind, in high school, that'll be half the distance. That'll go to the 15. It should still be a 1st down. Not because of the penalty, but because of the yardage. It's still 15 yards. Now, in high school, it's not 1st down by penalty.
No,
remember, we had that.
because of the yardage. I still count it as a 1st down due to penalty.
So it's going to go
not
to the 15.
Not an automatic 1st down.
Correct, not an automatic 1st down.
I'm not saying that.
Yep. But it's easy enough from what we've seen.
1st and 10, Falcons.
Shoebox scoreboard update. Exciting one that Steve Prestigard has right now. Platteville just took the lead. 15-14 over Lodi. 8:18 to play in the 4th quarter. That one can be heard on x1071.com or on Extreme 1071 FM. So big game there. Here 42-14. Amherst, they have been in control from the get-go. And will be faking the handoff. No, it will be a handoff. Trying to get to the corner. Unable to get to the corner on the run.
Ball's carried by number 6.
Jackson Lutz. Jackson Lutz. Okay, I was going to say Lutz, but yep, Lutz, all right. Jackson Lutz.
And Mount Horbitz Lutz.
And Mount Horbitz Lutz, spelled the exact same. So we're the Amherst Lutz compared to the Mount Horeb Lutz. There we go.
You got a loss on that one?
A loss of 3 on the carry. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 13. It is inside the Bitech green zone. Again, for us, it is the Bitech green zone instead of the red zone. It's a greener way. Bitech Resource Management of Monroe. 2nd down, 13 to go. Handoff once again, Lutz. He tries to squeak through, and he will back to the original line of scrimmage. So a gain of 3. It'll be a 3rd down and 10. Community First Bank, for you and the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFbank.com, member FDIC. And Northland Buildings. For a quality Northland building built tough for the Northland, contact Joe Ryder, your local expert in quality Northland post-frame buildings. WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and WCC-Brands.com of the Highland State Bank of Highland. HighlandStateBank.net. 4:10 remains in the 4th quarter. 42-14 in favor of Amherst. Handoff up the middle. Once again, Lutz with no gain will bring up a 4th down. Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City. Cole Acres Golf and Grill.com and Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and Applied Micro.biz. Reeves Wealth Management and Edward Jones post-game show coming your way along with your Hermson's Aids Hardware MVP, Les Mack Automotive Drive of the Game, Tricor, Turning Point, and Scrapper of the Game presented by West End Salvage. A 32-yard field goal attempt coming up, and the snap is going to be bobbled, and going down back at the 28-yard line is Michael Glodowski. And the way he was kind of spun around, that could have gotten very dangerous very quickly. As you could probably hear everybody up here for Amherst saying, go down, don't try and do anything. We don't need you getting hurt. Which I think there's probably a few people in the stands wearing blue and white that are wondering, why don't we have the 2nd team in? You know, considering the score, 42-14, that's not rubbing anything in. That's just, you've got a level 2 game that's going to be coming up. And now it looks like we have we still have Regetz in there, and he will fumble the ball. On the snap, he will fall right on it. No gain, 2nd and 10. Ball at the 28-yard line.
2nd down and 10.
What yard line did you say?
28. No, 28-yard line. Definitely want to give our toast to the seniors who are playing their final game for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. Handoff off the middle. Oh, almost broke it. Nolan Hankey was one tackle away from taking that to the house. He gets tackled at the 34-yard line, gain of 7, 3rd down and 3. So Flying Arrows moving with pace. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Handoff up the middle once again. Still on his feet to the 40, to the 43-yard line. Nolan Hankey with a gain of 9. Another first down for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. Your first down is presented to you by Sullivan Auctioneers and Big Iron Realty. And the Fighting Arrows, yeah, we'll call them the Fighting Arrows right now because they are fighting until they can't fight anymore. 2:30 remains in this one. As timeout will be called by Amherst. He's screaming on the sideline. His coach, Mark Lusick, timeout. I mean, I could hear him up here. I don't know how the official next to him didn't hear it. Shoebox scoreboard update, Platteville 22, Lodi 14 with 6:20 to go in the 4th quarter. After going down 14-7, Platteville with 15 unanswered. Let's give our kudos to the seniors. Taylor Williams, Brady Schmitz, Dane Kaufman, Neri Chapawa Lopez, Vincent Ubersox, Aiden Wilson, Brody Krubel, Brady McCartney, Nolan Hankey, Brady Loinger, Preston Clemens. Corey, if I'm seeing everything on the roster correctly, those are the seniors this year for the Lancaster Flying Arrows.
What do you have for time of drive start on this one?
This one, 3:23.
Thank you.
That's what I have. That doesn't mean it's correct. But it gives you a guesstimate.
It's good enough, John.
Good enough for a town this size?
Yep.
Got it. Back to pass, Regetz. He's going to get hit and dumped, but he will throw the ball away before he is tackled. He's slow to get up. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped with 2:21 to play in quarter number 4. 42-14 is your score. It's been, again, all Amherst in this contest. As the Falcons will move on, and they will face the winner of Brilliant and Watertown Luther Prep. Amherst will host again. Handoff, left side, 45-50, 45-40, inside the 35, still chugging along for the Lancaster Flying Arrows is Nolan Hankey. Clock will stop for a moment as he gets inside the 35. They'll mark him at the 34 or 33.
Looks like
they'll go 33. Yep, 33-yard line.
24 yards?
Yes, it is. First down for Lancaster. Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, first down. Regetz back to pass. He's looking to Hankey on the right. He will keep it himself, and he'll be tackled at about the 31-yard line. Give him a gain of 2. How many yards did you give Hankin on that last game?
24, is that 7 and 17?
Sounds good to me. I'm going with the stats, so that's why I'll go with you on that. As we're down to a minute and a half to go, Regetz back to pass here near side, incomplete. Looking
go with the
for
person
Dane
who does
Kaufman.
math every single day.
Yeah, you do a lot more mathing than I do.
Yes, I do.
That is
every day.
That is kind of a no doubt about it. We'll have our post-game show again. Don't forget tomorrow night. It'll be Badger football here on 97.7 Country WGLR with pregame at 4 o'clock. Matt LePay and Mark Tauscher and the crew. And just past 6 o'clock, the Wisconsin Badgers are on the West Coast to take on the Oregon Ducks. Just past 6 o'clock will be kickoff right here on 97.7 Country WGLR. 3rd down and 8. Regas back to pass. He's being flushed. He will throw it low and incomplete. Right at the feet of the intended target. Taylor Williams will bring up a 4th down with $1:20 to play in this one.
4th down and 8.
Wow, here's an upset tonight. Whitefish Bay upseats number 1 seed New Berlin West 31-7. That is a final. A big upset tonight. We're going to see more and more of those this evening. Again, it's the playoffs. Anything can happen. 4th and 8. Back to pass. No, handoff up the middle. That's going to be Nolan Hankey to the 28-yard line. Gain of 3. It'll be a turnover on downs. And that will pretty much end the season for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. Turnover on downs. As Amherst will come out and they'll just have to do
the Superfan offense.
The Superfan offense. Pages 1 through 10. Take a knee, take a knee, take a knee. That's what we're going to end up seeing here, more than likely. Amherst comes out, yep. Pistol formation. And we'll take a knee at the 25-yard line. Taking a look at a shoebox scoreboard update in the World Series. Bottom of the 6th inning, Toronto 3, the Dodgers 2. And the Toronto Blue Jays have the bases loaded. Hey, could the impossible happen once again? One more knee will do it, and then we'll have our Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones postgame show. We'll have our MVPs, drives of the game, Tri-Core Turning Point, and our scrapper of the game before we call it a night from Amherst. As a knee is taken, and that will be the last one that will have to be taken. As the crowd here at Amherst, they rise on their feet for their Falcons, who will get the win this evening and move on to level 2 next Friday night. The Lancaster Flying Arrows season comes to an end at 4-6. As the Amherst Falcons 42, the Lancaster Flying Arrows 14.
Lancaster High School, and congratulate them on a great season. How about a round of applause for the seniors from Lancaster?
And a very classy move here at Amherst. As the line forms in midfield, as it's all hit triple zeros. Your final score, the Amherst Falcons, the number 2 seed 42, and the number 7 seed Lancaster Flying Arrows 14. Back with your post-game show, presented to you by Reeves Wealth Management, Edward Jones, on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-game 4 minutes.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Buying a mattress can seem overwhelming. How soft should you go, or how firm? How much support do you need? All great questions and all tough to figure out without the right guidance. Hi, I'm Jeremy Culbertson, and I've been building and selling mattresses with Dubuque Mattress for over 10 years, and with our guidance, we take all the stress out of mattress shopping. We guarantee you will love your Dubuque mattress, or we'll change it for you until you do.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Hi, I'm Brady Vonder with Vonder Ag Service of Platteville and Livingston. We take pride in serving our customers because we're more than just a business. We're your neighbors. I invite you to experience the help and support that only a true local partner can provide. We've made a conscious effort to be actively involved in and support our local community because when the community grows, we all grow. At Vonder Ag Service, service isn't just a word, it's a promise. Let's work together. Give me a call at 608-778-8795.
I'm here with Kyle Wiskus from Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Kyle, it seems like hybrids are dominating the roads, but there aren't many charging locations in Dubuque.
Agreed. Luckily, Toyota hybrids don't require plug-in charging. The Toyota hybrid system is built to charge while the vehicle is being driven, so there's no need for plug-in charging.
What about the battery life? Should people be worried about its longevity?
Not at all. Toyota has sold over 5 million hybrids in the last 25 years. Plus, their battery warranty covers you for 10 years or 150,000 miles.
How does regular maintenance on a hybrid compare to a gas model?
Toyota hybrid vehicles require the same maintenance as gas-powered models, and oftentimes even less. For example, the hybrid model's regenerative braking charges the battery even while slowing down the vehicle, increasing the life of the vehicle's brake pads.
Wow, it seems like there are a lot of benefits in choosing a hybrid Toyota. Visit Anderson Weber in Dubuque to learn more and take a test drive today.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns, it's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
Are you looking for a new and exciting career? This is Jen Casper with Queen Bee Radio. We're currently hiring for people to join our radio and digital sales team. Queen Bee Radio is a fun and family-oriented work environment with unlimited growth opportunities. Life's too short to work where you're not having fun. Give me a call today at 608-349-2045, and I can tell you firsthand how my career in radio sales has been incredibly rewarding. Go to our social media pages or our websites and click on the career link for details on this radio and digital sales opportunity and to apply.
Your high school postgame show is brought to you by Elena and Ben Reeves at Edward Jones, a financial service firm serving individuals and business owners.
Is your money working as hard as it should be? This is Elena Reeves with Edward Jones. If you want to provide for your children's education, reduce your tax bill, or prepare for a comfortable retirement, we need to talk. Today, more than ever, your financial security deserves the attention of full-time financial advisors. Take advantage of our years of experience. Contact financial advisors Elena or Ben Reeves at 608-348-2441 or stop by our office on Highways 80 and 81 in Platteville next to Sups Nutrition. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Time for your Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones post-game show. Final score from Amherst High School. It was the Falcons over the Lancaster Flying Arrows by a score of 42-14. As Randa's getting everything all lined up with our final statistics, let's go ahead and go with our scrapper of the game, presented to you by West End Salvage. And it's time to name the West End Salvage scrapper of the game. It's the player whose hustle and scrappiness stood out in trying to lay the opponent to waste, presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. And I'm going to do things just a little bit different. I know everybody wants to do it a certain way, but I think you have to give it up to every single senior that put on the Flying Arrow helmet and jersey. Every single one of them scrapped for 4 years, just for not just at the high school level, but for how many years before that, just to earn that label of being a Flying Arrow. The legacy of Lancaster football is something that's been proud, it's something that's a tradition, and something that young men strive for as they grow up. And these young men got to do it for 4 years at the varsity level, the high school level, and it all comes to an end 3 hours away from home in Amherst on a upper 30s clear night in late October. Taylor Williams, Brady Schmitz, Dane Kaufman, Neri Chapawa Lopez, Vincent Ubersox, Aiden Wilson, Brody Krubel, Brady McCartney, Nolan Hankey, Brady Loinger, Preston Clemens. Your seniors are the scrappers of the game, presented to you by West End Salvage. They are the players whose hustle and scrappiness stood out in trying to lay the opponent to waste all season long and all career long for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. Tricor Turning Point, presented to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance. And I don't know if this is going to be the best way to put it, but I really think the turning point of the game, I have to say, would be the interception that Amherst had. There are other plays in that first half, but Amherst, honestly, they kind of dominated this game. And yes, rooting for Lancaster. Yes, looking forward to seeing the Flying Arrows come from behind and get a victory. But it was just kind of methodical by the Amherst Falcons, just wearing down Lancaster. But here the Flying Arrows get a touchdown. You know, you're starting to feel like, hey, they're getting something going. And then had an interception that just really changed it. And just it seemed to deflate the Flying Arrows, the team, the fans. And that just kind of took the air out of this and the steam out of trying to get the Flying Arrows back into this contest. That's what I'm going to name the Tricor Turning Point, presented to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance. Drive of the Game, presented to you by Les Mack Automotive in Lancaster. Whether it's Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Ford, you can count on over 50 years of trusted hometown service, because at Les Mack, you always get more from less. The Les Mack drive of the game, I have to say that it was probably the first touchdown of the game for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. 9 plays, 62 yards, took about a half a quarter, 6:01 of game time, and it was just one of those. It was a great drive that personified Lancaster. It was a short run. You had a nice end around. You had a pass that went for 21 yards. You had a bulldozing run by Nolan Hankey. You had a little bit of everything that was capped off by a run by Tori Raggets. Again, it had a little bit of everything, and that kind of summed up Lancaster. It just a little bit of everything, and they're able to get a touchdown out of it. And that would be the drive of the game, presented to you by Les Mack Automotive of Lancaster. Whether it's Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Ford, you can count on over 50 years of trusted hometown service, because at Les Mack, you always get more from less. Most Valuable Player, presented to you by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center, Bloomington, and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main in Platteville. Hermson's will be the MVP for the next project in your home. Go to Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. I think you have to go, if you're going to go both teams, the most valuable player for the Lancaster Flying Arrows was Nolan Hankey. He had 110 yards on the ground on 12 carries, averaging 9 yards per carry. So again, he carried the load for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. So you give him the MVP for Lancaster, and the MVP of the game and for Amherst was Aiden Nerdahl, 21 carries, 255 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Unbelievable. 357 yards on the ground, but we'll go through all the stats in just a moment. But your most valuable players, Aiden Nerdahl of Amherst and Nolan Hankey of Lancaster. And your MVPs, presented to you by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center, Bloomington. Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main in Platteville. Hermson's will be the MVP for the next project in your home. Go to Hermson's Ace Hardware, Bloomington, and Platteville. We'll wrap things up in a bow with wrapping up your Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones postgame show after this final timeout. 42-14, Amherst ends Lancaster's season on 97.7 Country WGLR.
Postgame 1 minute.
Craving something sweet? Step into the flavor of a good old-fashioned bake sale, Quick Trip style. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our premium donuts. Now just $2.99 for a 3-pack. Choose from Quick Trip's fluffy Long Johns, rich Persians, classic Bismarcks, or ring donuts. So delicious, just like the ones at your hometown bake sale. Quick Trip's premium donuts. Now only $2.99 for a 3-pack. A sweet deal. Too delicious to pass up. So treat yourself today. Only at Quick Trip.
Avercamp Auto Body in Platteville is a proud sponsor of 97.7 Country WGLR's Farm Calendar. Email your egg events to Bob Mittendorf at WGLR.com. The Farm Calendar airs weekdays at 6:35 a.m. This message is brought to you by Avercamp Auto Body in Platteville, celebrating 11 years in business. Our experienced staff will keep your vehicle in top condition. We use top quality parts to provide a high quality repair and quick turnaround time. Bringing your new car, older car, foreign or domestic vehicle to Avercamp Auto Body in Platteville today.
Postgame 1 minute.
.7 Country, WGLR, WGLR.com, the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, 42-14. The Lancaster Flying Arrows fall to the number 2 seed Amherst Falcons. And it's time for our final stats presented to you by Dodgeville Tax and Accounting and Arena El Satterley CPA with offices in Dodgeville and in Gratiot. Go online, DodgevilleTax.com for more information. Oh my goodness. We'll get to our shoebox scoreboard in just a moment. Let's get to your final stats. Again, these are unofficial. 272 yards of total offense for Lancaster, 418 yards for Amherst. For the Flying Arrows, 152 yards on the ground, 120 through the air. Nolan Hankey, 12 carries, 110 yards. Toy Raggets with 16 carries, 38 yards, and 1 touchdown. Aiden Wilson, Lucas Weber, both with 1 carry, 2 yards apiece. 9 of 20 passing for Toy Raggets with 120 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was sacked once. Dane Kaufman, 6 receptions, 53 yards, and a touchdown. 2 receptions, 37 yards for Taylor Williams, and 1 reception, 30 yards for Aiden Wilson. 4 punts, averaged almost 34 yards per punt. The Flying Arrows were 3 of 11 on third downs, 1 of 3 on fourth down, so third down conversions 27%, 33% on fourth down conversions. 3 penalties, 35 yards, so very well played game by both teams until that one personal foul that didn't seem to be a personal foul, and yeah, kind of got a little heated about that, but you could tell if I was heated about it, so were the Lancaster Flying Arrows. They were just not exactly happy that was called, but again, that was not the difference in the game. 3 penalties, 29 yards for Amherst as well. Oh, one thing before. Lancaster, their starting average field position was their own 32-yard line. Time of possession, 21 minutes, 44 seconds. 26 minutes and 16 seconds time of possession for Amherst. So they end up having the ball longer. 357 yards on the ground, 61 through the air. Leading rusher in the MVP tonight, Aiden Nerdahl with 21 rushes, 255 yards, 5 touchdowns. Sully Perkins, 2 rushes, 59 yards, and a tutty. Michael Glodowski, 15 carries, 44 yards. Dylan Cook, he had 1 carry for -1 yard. Jackson Lutz, 3 carries, no yards. Passing 5 of 11 for Michael Glodowski with 67 yards. He was sacked once. 2 receptions, 10 yards for Sully Perkins. 1 reception, 34 yards, Cannon Hodges. 1 reception, 13 yards, Talon McCormick. 1 reception, 4 yards for Liam Connor. Only 2 punts this evening, almost 29 yards per punt. 2 of 6 third downs for 33%. 0 for 2 on fourth downs. 2 fumbles recovered, and their own starting field position on average was their own 39-yard line. Yes, a bad snap resulted in a turnover on downs on a 32-yard field goal attempt. Shoebox scoreboard update is a wild one in Lodi. It was 7-7 going into the fourth quarter. Well, it's anything but that now. Lodi 30, Platteville 29 with 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. It's all broken loose in Lodi. Steve Prestegard has the call on that game. Final score, Potosi Cassville over Cambria Friesland 42-8. Fenimore all over Mineral Point 50-7. Blackhawk Warren defeats River Ridge 8-6. So again, Blackhawk Warren, they stave off a scare. A 1 staving off a scare from an 8 seed. Again, those are final scores that we have. Last update we had was Prairie du Chien was leading Westfield 43-6. Trying to take a look and see if we have any more scores before we call her a night from Amherst High School and Heartland Farms Field. A beautiful drive up here for one. It was just an absolute beautiful drive up here. Beautiful ball field. It is, and again, the people up here are just absolutely amazing. to help out when we needed the help the most, and just, I don't want to say bending over backwards, but just going the extra mile. And again, Wisconsin nice, it is a thing. It truly is. Winnebago Lutheran, they defeated Arcadia 42-26. That was a 4-over-5 matchup. Lake Country Lutheran over Kiel 42-6. A 5-over-4 tonight. Wittenberg Burnham Wood over Brookfield Academy 42-12. New Glarus Blank Clinton 43-0. Prairie du Chien over Westfield 50-6. Stratford over Richland Center 41-9. Tomahawk over Omro 41-14. Spencer Columbus Catholic over New Holstein 31-12. St. Croix Falls over Barron 37-20. Grantsburg over Laconia 38-9. Let's take a look at Division 6. Darlington over Melrose Mindoro 55-14. Fenimore over Mineral Point 50-7. Belleville over Markesan 42-14. Manitowoc Lutheran over Waterloo, that's a 1-over-8, 44-6. Waiwega Fremont over Cambridge 21-7. St. Mary Springs squeaks by Lemira 17-14. Cedar Grove Belgium over Michigan, that's a 2-over-7, 35-14. Bonduel over St. Mary Catholic 49-21. Number 1 Edgar, they had a scare against number 8 Loyal Greenwood 21-14. Edgar wins. Poinette over Howards Grove 53-16. Taking a look at Division 7, Blackhawk Warren over River Ridge 8-6. Cashton over Brookwood 17-0. It will be Cashton at Blackhawk Warren at Murphy Field next Friday. Johnson Creek over Clear Lake 48-7. Kenosha St. Joe's over Palmyra Eagle 55-6. Coleman over Randolph 44-6. Wazeeka Steuben Seneca over Ithaca 30-14. Hilbert over Pittsville 35-8. Pepin Alma over Turtle Lake 48-21. Glenwood City over Spring Valley 21-2. And Cochran Fountain City over Assumption 49-7. Let's see. Burlington over New Berlin Eisenhower. That's a 6-over-3, 26-14. Other than that, pretty much chalk winning. Sauk Prairie lost to Pewaukee 31-10. That's a 6-over-3. And we told you about the big upset. Whitefish Bay, an 8 seed over the number 1 seed New Berlin West, 31-7. So major upset there. So I think that kind of gets a lot of our area teams and what we have for you. Just make sure you tune in to 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio family of stations for our upcoming schedule. Tomorrow night, we will have high school volleyball on Extreme 107.1, Super Hits 106, and AM 1590 WPVL ESPN Radio. We will have Southwestern at Argyle. We will have also with Pecatonica against Belmont and Darlington at Marshall. So we will have all those games coming your way. Again, I'd like to say thank you to everyone here at Amherst High School for being more than accommodating and being more than welcome. Thank you so much for helping us out here on the air and bearing with us wrapping up our broadcast. Thank you to all of our sponsors, everybody back in the studio. And thank you to my lovely wife, Arena, for helping to keep stats and keeping me company because I get lonely on a 3-hour drive up here. And thank you, most of all, for listening without you wanting to listen. We would have no reason to broadcast these games, so thank you for tuning in. We always appreciate every single one of you. I'm John Satterley with the final score, Amherst 42, Lancaster 14. The preceding has been a presentation of Queen Bee Radio Sports on 97.7 Country WGLR. Have a great evening, and thank you for listening.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.
The Tri-State's best variety of country. 97.7 Country, WGLR FM. Lancaster, serving Platteville, Dubuque, Galena, and beyond. On WGLR.com. A Queen Bee radio station.